broadcast will be followed by the Preferred Office Machines post-game show. We'll hear from Coach Denise and hopefully a couple Bulldog players when this one is all said and done from the press box here inside the Wheeler Pavilion. Preferred Office Machines post-game show, of course. Big thanks goes out to John Milan, active in the local community, longtime supporter of the Bulldogs. He's actually going to be out there, I believe, for the coin flip today, along with Tyler Schuberg. Coin flip presented by Schuberg's Insurance. So going to honor John for being an ambassador for Ferris State Athletics and the local community.
Yeah, a great member of the community. Lives down near my neighborhood here in Big Rapids. And John has just not only been a great businessman in the community, a great community leader, but he's also been a great supporter over the years of Ferris Athletics. He's a tremendous Ferris Athletics fans in many different sports, and so great to see John getting his honor here today, and I know it's going to be an exciting moment for him.
Of course, fans, as we turn our attention back to football, big game here for the Bulldogs as they try to move to 4-1 overall, and Sandy, some keys here for the Bulldogs.
Well, I think when we've played Saginaw Valley, where we've really struggled are, in many cases, some self-inflicted errors. We've turned the ball over. When you think of the game 2 years ago, the overtime win for the Bulldogs, they really had to fight, scratch, and overcome so many turnovers. And then you think of last year and some turnovers in that game, of course, and a lot of penalties in that game as well, and just not particularly sharp. But I think minimizing turnovers is going to be really important, particularly early in the game. And I think also the Bulldogs got to do the best that they can to encourage or help the officials to keep those flags tucked away a few more times than what we've seen, although the Bulldogs have made, I think, some strides in that area. That certainly can be an area of concern. I think it's going to be important for the Bulldogs to really establish the line of scrimmage early, particularly offensively, to really establish the running game against the Saginaw Valley defense. And then on the opposite side for the Bulldogs defensively against the Saginaw Valley offense, it's going to be important. Saginaw Valley's had some challenges in terms of really solidifying their quarterback position. So it's going to be important for the Bulldogs to, A, get pressure on the quarterback, put their quarterbacks in uncomfortable situations, and then make sure that we really do a solid job on the outside against their receivers. We know that, generally speaking, our defensive front is going to get good pass rush. So if we can make their quarterback uncomfortable, do a pretty good job on their receivers, take care of the football, keep turnovers at a minimum, we're going to be in good shape.
The Bulldogs and the Cardinals matched up here today in the GLIAC, and not a meteorologist by any means, but the weather doesn't quite know what it's going to do. We've seen the sun out, and times it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day, but times it's cloudy. We had some light rain this morning, and hopefully that holds off as we do have a nice crowd starting to come in here to the facility.
Yeah, the weather is pretty indecisive right now, but I will say, for as indecisive as the weather is right now, it's actually holding steady, although it seems to be threatening some rain right now, but the rain is holding off right now, so still pretty dry and drying up. So still an opportunity here if you're nearby to come out to Top Taggart Field and enjoy some of these weather where these games were, because we know weather is probably not going to get a whole lot better for the rest of the season. So enjoy these good weather games while you can.
Looks like the national anthem going to be played right now. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Back with more of the Johnson Automotive pregame show after this break on Sunny 97.3.
Welcome to Johnson's Automotive. How can I help you?
Well, my car's making this weird noise when I stop. It's like...
Does it go like...
Why, yes, it does. That can't be good, right?
No, it's not. But no worries. At Johnson's Automotive, not only do we speak the language of car, we can get your brakes replaced and you're back on the road in no time. Whether it's oil changes or rebuilt transmissions, at Johnson's Automotive, we've got you covered with quality work and fair prices. Just give us a call, 231-79.
Back, everyone, to Ferris State football coverage in the Johnson Automotive pregame show. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you as we wait for the arrival of both teams and the team captains here back in the locker room 10 minutes away from kickoff time. The Bulldogs and the Cardinals here. What should be a nice GLIAC matchup. The Bulldogs looking to get off to a great start, trying to move to 4-1 on the year and really trying to follow up what they did last week with another similar performance here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they want to not only emulate the actual result, which was a win, but they also want to be able to emulate the way that they did it with a very clean, strong performance here as Tyler Schuberg and John Milan lined up out there at the 50-yard line getting ready to be honored. But that's what they're looking for, is a good, strong, clean performance, hopefully sparked by a good start here today.
We mentioned some games going on around the GLIAC today. GLIAC scoreboard today. Michigan Tech will be at Wayne State. Also, a 1 o'clock kickoff for that matchup in Detroit. 2 o'clock start. Davenport playing host to Northern Michigan in the GLIAC down in Caledonia. And Grand Valley State tonight, 7 o'clock for a non-league matchup against Kentucky State at Lubbers Stadium in Allendale. And, of course, the Bulldogs will be in Allendale next Saturday. Pregame coverage at 2 o'clock with kickoff 3 o'clock between the Bulldogs and the Lakers. If you don't have tickets, might be too late now. That game's sold out for the last couple weeks. Although some Bulldog fans still trying to find some tickets out there online, and have been able to find them on some websites if you check it out. So should be a great matchup. But if you're Ferris State today, you can't look ahead. Saginaw Valley State has already shown that they can give the Bulldogs all they can handle.
They have, and they've shown this consistently over the years that if the Bulldogs are certainly not at their A-plus game, then this is going to be a battle, and that's one thing that you would expect from Saginaw Valley. We know Coach Brady; he's going to get his guys to play hard, and so I would expect them to play hard. They know what the opportunity that is before them, and they know what they've done against the Bulldogs the last 2 years, and they want to see if they can match that and then try to turn the corner. Obviously, the Bulldogs do not want to see that happen.
Already had our first touchdown scored. 2 young kids down there on the field got a chance to run down and score the first touchdown of the afternoon here, so maybe a good sign for the Bulldogs. Ferris State did similar type of promotion last week before the game started, and something that Steve Brocklebank and our staff picked up at Montana actually a few weeks ago. So a nice new addition here to the home atmosphere at Top Taggart Field.
Yeah, that was a good run, too. Kind of got into the open field a little bit, and kind of looked like Trinidad Chambliss last week with that big run that Trent had last week, and able to take it to the house there. Spectacular run that's gained some national acclaim with the way that he was able to do that. And so great to see another tremendous added promotion here as the Bulldog captains make their way out onto the field here as we get a little bit closer here to the coin toss.
Looks like the Bulldog captains today will be Major Dedman here on the defensive side of the football. He's going to be joined by Ian Hall for Ferris State, senior defensive end. Also out there for the Bulldogs, it'll be C.J. Jefferson, I believe, here wearing the number 5 for Ferris State. And I think that might be Zamir Knighton, number 7 here for the Bulldogs. Of course, some duplicate numbers. You never do know, but it looks like that may be Zamir out there here for Ferris State.
Yeah, got to love the duplicate numbers here, but that does appear to be
Actually, I'm going to change my opinion. It's going to be number 7, Sean Stevens, the senior defensive back here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he may have switched numbers there. We do see some number changes now and then, but great group of captains right here, leaders coming out here as some of the coaches start to make their way onto the field here before the game. We're still about 6.5 minutes away from kickoff.
Ferris State and Saginaw Valley State, 48th consecutive matchup between these two longtime GLIAC opponents. The Cardinals in the white today with the red numerals and the blue helmets. The Bulldogs wearing the all-black here for the blackout effort with the red numerals and the red helmets here at Top Taggart Field. And, of course, with the weather, a few more fans dressed in black, traditionally black coats as we look down below us here. So a lot of black in terms of the coats here at Top Taggart Field.
Yeah, that makes the promotion a little bit easier because I'm pretty sure everybody has got that black coat or black jacket tucked away somewhere here. So definitely a lot of black in the stands and also in the student area. A lot of black in the student area as well. So other than me, everybody else seemed to get the memo today.
Obviously, Ferris State hockey fans expected and hoping to wear black tonight as well to the Ava Glavin Ice Arena for the season opener against Miami of Ohio. That game drops the puck at 7:07 p.m. Pre-game coverage begins right around 6:30 with Brody Kaiser and my partner Sandy Golston on the call for Ferris State hockey tonight. So a big weekend here in Ferris State athletics. 6 home events here and off to a great start with a Bulldog volleyball win last night. Unfortunately, Ferris State soccer came up a little bit short. They'll have 4 more home games, though, in their 5-game homestand. 2 more coming up next weekend for Bulldog soccer.
Another opportunity. Still opportunities left for the Bulldog soccer team to get hot here. Looks like Saginaw Valley. I'm looking through the trees right here. Looks like Saginaw Valley is going to come out onto the field first, followed closely behind by the Bulldogs. Great win by Bulldog volleyball yesterday. We saw that the last time that they played Davenport earlier, tightly contested battle. Bulldog volleyball playing some really good volleyball right now at a good time of the season. Obviously, you want to see them if they can keep that momentum going here. And soccer, we remember last year soccer got hot late last year and went on a run for the ages.
Ferris State football taking on the Cardinals as the Cardinals start to make their way into the stadium over around the big inflatable Bulldog head led by Ryan Brady, the former Bulldog assistant coach, who has done a nice job of trying to restore the tradition here at Saginaw Valley State.
He is, and they have a strong tradition right here as their players get ready to take the field. And, I think Coach Brady, is looking to really, as you said, reignite that tradition. And they're right now getting into that direction where they hope that they're going to get ready to turn the corner. They've had some tough games against some really stiff competition this year, but not much could do more to reverse their fortunes than if they could pull off the upset today, and that's obviously something the Bulldogs do not want to see happen for Coach Brady.
We watch the coin flip as the Bulldogs start to make their way to the stadium, and looks like John Milan, I believe, going to get a flip the coin down there on the field. We'll see if he flips it in the Bulldogs' favor as the coin is down. And
looks like John did a good job.
They're looking to Ferris State here, and it looks like the Bulldogs have won the toss and deferred. So Saginaw Valley State likely to get the football first here as the Bulldogs line up and get ready to storm the field here in Big Rapids. The smoke starting to go here, the red smoke, which is moving from the north to the south with the wind here today. The Bulldogs are going to be going right through that smoke here coming out of the
well, that adds to it. Hopefully nobody trips there, but that actually makes the smoke look even better and more impressive there as the cannon goes off.
Cannon, another great addition here to Top Taggart Field as the Bulldogs take the field. Ferris State and Saginaw Valley State here to GLIAC Showdown this afternoon. We'll have all the coverage for you on Flow Sports, courtesy of Ferris State Television, also on Sunday 97.3, and of course on the Bulldog Sports Network at FerrisStateBulldogs.com. We'll take one final 60-second timeout. This has been the Johnson Automotive Pregame Show. The opening kick when we return right here on Sunday 97.3 in the Bulldog Sports Network. And Sandy Golston with you as we get ready for the opening kick between the Bulldogs and the Cardinals. Ferris State won the toss and deferred, so Saginaw Valley State will get the football first to start the ball game, and we'll see if the Ferris State defense can really set the tone here early.
Yeah, they certainly have that expectation. That's one of the reasons I think they like to go on defense first, and they like to see what you got right off the bat. Your offense against our defense, and that's something that Coach Hodges and his staff and his group, that's what they covet, those kind of opportunities, those kind of challenges.
Ferris State wearing the all-black today with the red numerals and the gold trim as Saginaw Valley State on the opposite sideline across the field from us wearing the all-white with the red numerals and the navy blue helmets here this afternoon. The Bulldogs and the Cardinals here, and what should be an exciting GLIAC matchup. Sun starting to peek out from behind the Wheeler Pavilion here at Top Taggart Field as the two teams take the field and kick it away here for the Bulldogs. It'll be Mitch Middleton for Ferris State, who was a busy man last week for the Bulldogs, and hopefully him and the rest of the kicking staff have an opportunity to put up some more points today.
Yeah. I mean, they're looking to see if they can get some more points here, and of course, the way that they executed last week, they want to see if they can carry that over into this week here, as the weather is actually looking pretty good right now. The sun's starting to peek out here, and so the schizophrenic weather patterns continue, but in a good way right now.
Back deep, two men for Saginaw Valley State as we try to read the numbers. It looks like Kevin Swift out there on the far side for the Cardinals, along with Derek Hinton Jr., talented return man here for Saginaw Valley State, as Middleton will put it on the tee from the north end with the wind behind him here at Top Taggart Field. Ball teed up here as the Bulldogs get ready to kick it away, and we are underway here. A nice kick from Middleton. Gonna end up in the end zone, and no return here as Saginaw Valley State will take a knee, and out will come the Cardinal offense. Expected to get the start today at quarterback for Saginaw Valley is Mike O'Horo, sophomore out of Boardman, Ohio. We'll see if he does take the controls here. It looks like he is out there, number 2 in white for Saginaw Valley State here as the Bulldog defense tries to set the tone here early.
Yeah, Cardinals have had some challenges in terms of really trying to find a quarterback that's going to play consistently and be able to consistently lead them. And so they're going in a different direction here a little bit today, and we'll see how that plays out.
Ferris State defensively with a 5-man front here as O'Horo will keep it. Got forward here for a couple yards as Ian Hall maybe a little upset he could not wrap him up right there. 2-yard gain, though, as this will set up second and about 7 or 8 yards to go here for SVSU.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Ian a little bit frustrated right there that thought maybe they could have had him maybe for just about a yard or 2. Instead, they're going to get almost 3 on that first down play.
4 receiver set here, trips left side here for Saginaw Valley as O'Hara works out of the shotgun set.
Swing pass.
Swing pass here to the outside. The Bulldogs closing in. Missed tackle, flag thrown. Here is Jason Williams. Just missed him trying to make the stop behind the line of scrimmage. We'll wait and see what the flag is going to be. Maybe probably in the vicinity of a illegal block here against the Cardinals.
Yeah, they were really trying to run some of that Ferris action right there with their receivers blocking there, but maybe a hold right there or an illegal block on the outside here. Officials huddling and having a little bit of an extended chat about it here, so they're just making sure, but doesn't look good for the Cardinals.
And the official will make the call. Holding going to be called here against Saginaw Valley. Referee today is Jason Dibble. The umpire is Michael Underwood. Head linesman William Rumney. The field judge is Bryce Mueller. Our line judge is Mark Stroya. Michael Dunlap will be the side judge, and Brady Paganelli, the back judge, here in this conference matchup. Is one of the linesmen going to come out here? A head linesman.
Stoppage here, and maybe the ball not spotted where it should be. Not sure here, but head linesman is pointing to the ground right there. Maybe the spot of the foul.
They've got it back at about the 15-yard line, which they were out to about the 27 or 28 on that last offensive play.
So I think right now they may end up respotting the ball. It looks like they might march it off here a little bit. So officials getting warmed up here as well.
We do have, of course, the replay tent across the field on the Cardinals sideline. Had to take down the wall panels, some windy conditions here earlier as they tried to set that up, but good work by our IT staff and our game operations crew of getting the replay unit ready here for this matchup today.
So referee and the umpire chatting right now. Referee standing at the 28-yard line. I think he's going to march it off officially here.
So it looks like
maybe false start right there. He's going to switch hashes right now. You have to do everything by the book here.
Head coach Tony Anise looking for the explanation down on the Ferris State sideline as the Bulldog staff down on the sideline below us. And
so it does move up a couple yards.
Bulldog players, of course, in black. Some of the coaches wearing some different colors here today in terms of the jackets, maybe so they can be seen from the field by the players on the field here for the Bulldogs.
Exactly. You don't want to totally blend in there. Those signals you're getting from the sideline. Okay, now we're back to football here.
4 receiver set with a double stack to each side here as they give it off on the carry. In the backfield to Terrence Brown, and the Bulldogs wrestle him down. Dog pile effort there at about the 20-yard line. So this is going to set up 3rd and long here for Saginaw Valley.
So they got a couple yards of forward progress back to the 20, but that penalty yardage and plus the 10 yards that they were going to need to gain means it's going to be a 3rd and very long here for Saginaw Valley.
Minute gone by already here in the opening quarter of action. Call it 3rd and 15. They need to get it out to about the 35 as the Ferris State defense tries to get off the field here on the opening series. O'Horo in the gun here with Brown to his right. Now back to throw. Has time across the middle and able to hook up with his receiver. But
where's the spot going to be? He's going to be a yard short.
A yard short of the first down here out to the 34. So
decision time for Brady.
Head coach Ryan Brady maybe going to roll the dice here as the offense still out there here for Saginaw Valley State on what will be 4th and a yard. Bulldogs with a big opportunity here if they could get the stop.
Hey, don't jump, though. Make sure you don't jump.
Ferris State in the 3-man front.
Bulldogs trying to sneak up.
Now they're in the 4-man front. They had actually 10 guys out there. So
right.
Now Saginaw Valley State backs it away here with the play clock winding here. They were trying to draw the Bulldogs off sides.
Hard count.
O'Horo under center here. Now we'll back it away again and look over to the sideline. 5 seconds here on the play clock. They may use a timeout, and they will.
Wow.
So head coach Ryan Brady trying to draw. Ferris State offsides. Takes an early timeout here with 12:54 to go here in this first quarter of play.
Not sure that's the way I would want to use a timeout quite so early in the game there. He tried to hard count the Bulldogs, and now decision time for Coach Brady. Does he want to roll the dice here early? But, boy, Rob, if you don't get it, you leave the Bulldogs on a short porch right there. They're pretty close to field goal range already, and with the wind at their back. So, big decision right here coming up for Coach Ryan Brady.
Of course, if you're Ryan Brady and Saginaw Valley State, you're the team, the underdog coming into this game, and certainly looking to pull off an upset. You got to be willing to take some gambles here against the number 1 team in the country. That's
a pretty big gamble right there. But, you know, them getting right there to within a yard of a first down with looks like they might be changing personnel here. But for them to get within a yard of a first down, I think maybe changed what he was initially thinking there as they were able to get so close. So let's see what looks like they are going to punt it away.
Ferris State football coverage presented by the Holiday Inn. Thanks goes out to Fox Motors, Meyer, and Venlo for their sponsorship here of Ferris State Athletics action. Dion Small back on here for the Bulldogs on the return, standing at his own 35 here for Ferris State. Saginaw Valley State, a little bit of a Ferris State look with the two-punter set. Ryan Hiker is their most consistent punter here on the year, and he's going to punt here off the right foot. Over to the sideline, kind of shanked it.
Into that wind. That's
and
tough.
We'll wait and see where they mark it out of play as the official's going to walk
43.
up. He's walking
still
to
moving.
midfield.
Well, that wind must be what's going – well, he's just now they're going all the way up to the 50 right there. So two officials saw it very differently, but Bulldogs will get it right at midfield.
So Ferris State with the football here at midfield as the Bulldog offense will come out to start this football game. Malik Mitchell going to be the starter here at quarterback again here for the Bulldogs as Ferris State works off the left side hash. 12:48 to play here in the first quarter. No score between the Bulldogs and the Cardinals here on the first offensive series for the Bulldogs. Out of the shotgun set, he's got a man to his right here in Brady Rose. Mitchell looking left, though, across the middle and able to hook up with Tyrese Hunt-Thompson at the 41-yard line. Good for 9, and second and short coming up here for the Bulldogs.
That bodes well. Tyrese Hunt-Thompson was wide open. Xavier Wade was wide open. So Bulldogs right now, if that's a harbinger of things to come, could be a tough day for Saginaw Valley.
Second and 1 here for the Bulldogs. Twins right with one man left as Jefferson will move in motion to the short side of the field. The Bulldogs going to fake the give. Looking over the top. He's got the X-Man. Wade hauls it in.
That's a
down
touchdown.
Inside the 5. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
I was just saying that bodes well for the Bulldogs right there. And then you saw single coverage here on the near side. X went right down there. Malik locked in on him. Great adjustment, Rob, to the ball. Great catch there and finish by Xavier Wade from Malik Mitchell.
A cannon goes off as the Bulldogs light up the scoreboard already here with an early 6-0 lead. 12:15 to play here in the first quarter. And it looks like Middleton will be the kicker here for Ferris State on this PAT try. So Eddie Jewett expected maybe to be in uniform here today, but Middleton is going to get the duties here, at least on this first PAT try here to the south end for the Bulldogs. Off the hold for Brady Rose. Kick is on the way, and he splits the uprights. The Bulldogs take a 7-0 lead here in the early going.
Yeah, Mitch has been razor sharp since missing that first PAT last week against Northern Michigan. But, boy, I tell you what, if you're and actually looking at Steady Eddie right there at about the 45, congratulating his buddies right there on the execution of the PAT. Great job here by the Bulldogs. We saw it earlier in that drive. The first pass, Tyrese was wide open, X was wide open, and then I said, that bodes well for the Bulldogs. And then right on cue, the deep ball to X in the corner for the touchdown.
Middleton is going to be the kicker most likely here today as Jewett does have his jersey on, but not in uniform here today for the Bulldogs down on the field.
So Steady Eddie right there, been a good teammate. It's obviously tough when you have an injury, but at the same time, that group, the specialists, they're a tight group. They're a tight-knit group and certainly support each other.
They've got another kicker as well, Levi Toonstra, who we've seen a little bit last year that is very capable as well. So a deep and experienced unit in the kicking game here for the Bulldogs. Ferris State, though, the big strike, Mitchell to Wade, and picking up right where those two picked up, kind of left off last week early on.
They did. No rest right there is consistently just making big plays right there. And, again, that ability now to stretch the field a little bit more going over the top pays off for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs to kick it away here from left to right as we look down at the playing surface here in Big Rapids. This kick driven back near the goal line, and no return here on the touchback for Ferris State as the Bulldog defense returns back out there.
Yeah, great job here by the Bulldogs so far. Defensively, they got it done, and offensively came out razor sharp as Saginaw Valley not a stellar punt right there. Punted, and Bulldogs pick it up at midfield, and the rest is history as the Bulldogs go deep to Wade for the touchdown.
Ferris State 2 plays 33 seconds, covered 50 yards. It was a 41-yard touchdown pass from Mitchell to Wade as the Bulldogs strike first here early on. O'Horo in the gun will give it off on the sweep to the near side. And Brown had a hole. He's a guy with some speed, able to bust that one for 10 yards and a Cardinal first down.
Boy, he had a head of steam right there. Sean Stevens, Rob, boy, I don't know if it was a touchdown-saving tackle, but certainly a much bigger play-saving tackle right there as a diving attempt there.
Brown, a guy I think that originally maybe was a Ferris State commit, kind of flipped before signing day, ended up at Saginaw Valley State, so, he wants to have a big game here against the Bulldogs. Trips right side here as O'Horo keeps it here on the near side and got a yard or two at most here on the short carry off the left tackle.
Yeah, quarterback sweep right there coming off the left side of the Saginaw Valley offensive line. So Coach Brady and the Cardinals, they want to establish that running game, and so they've given the Bulldogs a few different looks in the running game early.
Ferris State defensively here going to make some changes up front here on this second series. Jalen Stevens on is one of the outside backers here for the Bulldogs. Trips right with Brown in motion. Brown will get it on the sweep to the right. This time the Bulldogs did a better job. Major Dedman in there to make the original contact, and then Sio Sapaya helping to finish him off.
Yeah, great job there by Major to slip in there. Major Dedman all over the place, making plays right there. He is not a finesse DB. I mean, he's a guy that's going to get in there, stick his nose in there, and he is not afraid of contact.
So back to the near side here. Sean Stevens, the corner on one side. Leto Smith, the corner on the other side here for Ferris State as the Cardinals work here on 3rd and 5. Back to throw is O'Horo, the quick throw, and incomplete. Was trying to hook up here on the short route to his receiver, Derek Hinton, and not able to haul it in.
Bulldogs had a good pass rush off the edge coming right into the face of the quarterback there, and that pass just behind his man a little bit, and missed opportunity there for the Cardinals as they line up in punt formation again there as they are right now just trying to find a rhythm offensively. They've showed some signs of being able to run the football, but not nearly enough.
Hiker on to punt again here in the two-punter set with Deion Small back at his own 30 here. Dangerous return man here for the Bulldogs. They come off the left foot, though. Small will field it on the move, bobbled it initially, able to hold on to it. Now the ball out there, fortunately, able to kind of get it tucked away before the tackle came at the 41.
Not sure what he was doing right there. Kind of extended the ball. The Saginaw Valley players on the sideline, the far sideline, got excited thinking maybe the ball was going to jar loose, but good job of recovering it, getting that ball tucked in and going down safely.
Reminder for tickets, scores, merchandise, video, and more. Be sure to log on to FerrisStateBulldogs.com. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you here. 10:32 to play in the first quarter. Ferris State leads it 7-0 here over Saginaw Valley State as the Bulldogs work with Mitchell at quarterback. 4 receivers here in the formation for Ferris State.
Empty.
Mitchell back to throw here for the Bulldogs. Has time again. Looking over the top.
Got him again.
He's got Wade behind the Cardinal defense. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Hey, if you like it the first time, run it back and do it again. Mitchell to Wade for the big touchdown right there as they have no answers right now, Rob, for the X-Man.
50-plus yards on the pass play from Mitchell to Wade as the two seniors hook up for the second time this afternoon to make it 13-0 here in favor of the Bulldogs.
Boy, great job there by two guys that look like they were born to play football together as, Myleik Mitchell and Xavier Wade. Boy, they look like they are just in rhythm, looking like Steve Young to Jerry Rice from the old days.
Middleton on for the point after here for Ferris State. 2 quick strikes here for the Bulldogs. Brady Rose to hold off the snap from TJ Railing. And the kick is up and good, make it 14-0. We talked about the Bulldogs getting off to a great start, and they have done so here today.
Well, they look razor sharp right now. I tell you what, the passing game looking really good. The defense has been pretty solid as well. They've been able to just limit that Saginaw Valley running game, and the Cardinals have had not a whole lot in the passing game as well. They did have the one pass that nearly got them the first down and got them to within 4th and 1 before the Bulldogs were able to force the punt eventually. So great start here by the Bulldogs. Could hardly have scripted a better start here as they're trying to get this thing put away early.
Ferris State leads it 14-0 for those fans tuned in on Flow Sports. Trying to get our score bug updated. A little technical issue coming from the score clock. So Ferris State leads it 14-0. 10:25 to play here in this opening quarter of action as the Bulldogs will get ready to kick it away, and Middleton will kick off from the 35-yard line here for the Bulldogs. 2 big strikes from Mitchell to Wade, and the Bulldogs have the early advantage. As Ferris State off to a great start, right where the Bulldogs picked up from last week with a 78-3 homecoming win over the Northern Michigan Wildcats. Middleton will put this ball in the air, and this one going to be driven back near the goal line as well, and another touchback here. So Ferris State won the toss, took advantage of the wind, put the defense out there, and it's led to a couple early touchdown strikes here for the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, everything working right now for the Bulldogs. You mentioned it, the coin toss. Bulldogs going defense first. Saginaw Valley are looking at the Bulldogs now, even kicking off with the wind at their back right now. Saginaw Valley struggling to get out of the gates here.
Ferris State, one play, 58 yards, took 7 seconds, and it was a 58-yard touchdown pass from Mitchell to Wade to give the Bulldogs the lead here with 10:25 to play in this first quarter of action. O'Horo still on at quarterback here for SVSU from the 25 with Brown to his left. Twins left here. Toss pitch to Brown here, and he finally turns direction, has a chance to make a play to the outside, and the Bulldogs run him out of bounds after a first down pickup. They had him stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He shifted gears and picks up 10+ here to give the Cardinals a first down.
Yeah, great job of reversing because Bulldogs had him stopped right there, had the wall built, and he did a good job of reversing field. Bulldog player injured right there near midfield.
So we'll wait and see who that's going to be, as Brett Knight, the head athletic trainer, will rush out there here for the Ferris State Bulldogs. We'll take a 60-second break, back with more after this on the Bulldog Sports Network and Sunny 97.3.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it, and move all of us forward.
Want to be a storyteller? The Television and Digital Media Production program at Ferris State University is the create space for you. At Ferris, you will apply creative and technical skills to create stories worth telling. You will be immersed in your learning. You will practice every part of the production process. You will create in state-of-the-art facilities with the latest equipment and software. The TDMP program at Ferris State. Learn to make storytelling your career. Find out more at ferris.edu/TDMP.
And, of course, on Flow Sports, Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you, where the Bulldogs have a 14-0 lead. Short dive play here. The pile moving forward here for Saginaw Valley State out to the 41. That injured Bulldog at the timeout was Sefa Sapaya. Hopefully nothing too serious. He did get up and kind of walk off the field under his own power. He's a leader in terms of special teams play for the Bulldogs.
Yes, he is. An emotional leader. Not only that, but with his play as well as Saginaw Valley kind of quick snapped that ball and first man through and ended up moving the pile there a little bit, kind of maybe caught the Bulldogs a bit off guard.
Ferris State a 14-0 lead here at Top Tiger Field as Brown gets it on the sweep to the outside. The Bulldogs in pursuit.
Oh, hold, big time,
no
hold right
thrown.
there. It comes, there it comes, there it
and,
comes.
It was thrown late right at the 41-yard line as the Bulldogs were in pursuit. And Leno Smith did not like the no call there for a little while, but did catch a break here as penalty is going to be thrown against Saginaw Valley and bring this one back.
Yeah, I'm sure that head linesman over there, he heard an earful right there as I see Coach Tesfa Smith was right there, and that was a pretty blatant hold right there.
Brown, 62 carries for 350 yards coming into this contest, but you could see he's a speedy, shifty type of back, talented player here in the offensive backfield.
Has an ability to break tackles as well, and so he is certainly very talented player right there for Saginaw Valley. So Cardinals going to move backwards there, and so not only do they get the penalty yardage, but that was going to be a really positive run for them, of course, obviously aided by the hold.
So they'll work off the left side hash. Here is the Ferris State defense. Some changes up front. Jake Plamondon will come on, along with Des Lance here on the outside for the Bulldogs as they continue that rotation here defensively. Brennan Schwartz back out there at linebacker here today for Ferris State as the sweep comes to the near side here for the Cardinals, and a play made here in the backfield by Schwartz. Nice to have him back on the outside for Ferris State.
Boy, Brennan Schwartz, such speed from the linebacker position. Rob zipped down in there, read the play right off the bat, and was all over that play.
Loss of about 4 or 5 yards here will set up 3rd and 15 here for the Cardinals at the 30. They need to get it out to the 45 here to pick up the first down here in this first quarter of play as we reach the midway point here very soon. Back to throw, O'Horo against the 4-man rush. Pocket collapses. Now he's on the move. Jason Williams trying to get to him. And a sliding tackle made. They'll mark him down here at the 37, well short of the first down. And now 4th down coming up here again for the Cardinals.
But again, they got some positive yardage here, and Coach Brady did not think about it nearly as long this time. He's going to come with the punting unit this time.
So the punting unit will come out. Deion Small back out there again here for Ferris State.
Oh, you know what? That's where he started the slide, so I think probably cost him a few extra yards, but still way too risky, I would think.
Small at the 30 here for the Bulldogs, and the 2-punter set here for Saginaw Valley State. As the Cardinals get ready to punt this one away, and it's a booming kick over to the right, but it is going to end up on the sideline and out of play here. So Ferris State's going to get the football back around the 35-yard line. We'll mark it at the 32 here on the Bulldog half, and back out will come the Ferris State offense, leading it 14-0. Again, our score bug on Flow Sports does not have the score updated. We're trying to work out a technical issue there, but Ferris State with a couple touchdown throws from Mitchell to Wade has a 14-0 lead here at the midway point of the first quarter.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good punt under the circumstances, punting into the teeth of that wind. So gets Saginaw Valley a little bit of defensive breathing room here.
Trips right side here for Ferris State with one man to the left. Mitchell at quarterback. We'll see what the Bulldogs elect to do. They've got Wade on the outside again. He's already burned the Cardinals twice. Mitchell back to throw again. Now moves out to the left side. The pocket collapses, and he has to tuck this one away as the Cardinals got some pressure. Had some time initially, but the pocket collapsed quickly back to the 28.
I think if Malik had that over again, he really was. I think he was really determined to throw that ball downfield. And Bulldogs have had so much success with the deep ball, and unfortunately, he rolled out to the opposite side, and Wade was able to get open underneath, but would have been a very difficult pass.
So this sets up here for Ferris State, 2nd down and 14 yards to go as Mitchell has a man to his left. Tyrese Hunt-Thompson lined up left. Jefferson moves into the backfield. They'll give it off to CJ here off the left side, and a short pickup here to the 31. But 3rd and long coming up here for the Bulldogs as the Cardinals, at least on the first 2 plays of this series, have done a much better job.
Yeah, Cardinals feeling pretty good right now as I got the Bulldogs in 3rd and about 11. And let's see what the Bulldogs can dial up here as Wade has been the go-to man here so far on these big plays. Let's see if the Cardinals roll some safety help over the top to try to limit him.
4 receiver set here for the Bulldogs with trips here to the wide side of the formation here for Mitchell. Ferris State with a 14-0 lead, 6:35 to play here in the first quarter. In the backfield,
gotta go.
Ferris State with the play clock down to about 4 seconds. They'll shift out here into a 5 receiver set. Mitchell, the quick throw across the middle, able to hook up on the short route, and a first down here for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, I think, Rob, maybe caught the Cardinals a little bit off guard. They threw underneath right there, and a great individual effort to make sure you got the first down.
So the Bulldogs pick up the first down here as that'll move the chains here. And Ferris State will have it out to the 43-yard line. So Mitchell with the throw right there out of the backfield. Able to hook up with, I believe that's Deion Small, maybe in the offensive backfield there for the Bulldogs. Brady Rose in motion to the far side of the formation here for Ferris State. Comes back to the near side. Gets it on the sweep here as he turns upfield. And some good running here between the tackles into Cardinal territory and close to a first down here for the Bulldogs.
Boy, I like to see your playmakers get their hands on the football, and good job there by Brady Rose, seeing the cutback there and getting a nice gain.
So this sets up here for Ferris State, 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs from the 48-yard line. And Bulldogs fake the give. It's Mitchell looking over the top again. This time to Tyrese Hunt-Thompson and just overthrew him near the goal line.
Tyrese didn't run through it. It was there, but he did not run through the ball. Is there a flag on the play?
They got a stoppage by the officials back near the line of scrimmage here at the 50-yard line, but I do not see a flag down there.
I don't see a flag either.
So they're having a discussion here with 2nd and call it about 11 yards to go. Maybe coming up here it would be 3rd and 11 coming up here for the Bulldogs, pending what the outcome of this is. Holding going to be called here against the Bulldogs.
I still don't see a flag, but it could be on the near sideline. Maybe we can't see it with some of the players around, but Bulldogs do get a hold right there, but we still see once again that the deep ball is there as Carson Gulker checks in at quarterback.
So Mitchell will come to the sideline here as him and Coach Anise have a conversation here on the near sideline. Bulldogs will put James Kobe in the slot to the left. They've got trips back to the right side of the formation.
Empty.
Golker out of the gun. Back to throw. No, he's on the move here for Ferris State in the running game, and he gets it back near midfield here for the Bulldogs. Nice pickup on second down, and this sets up a little more manageable third and short situation for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, delayed quarterback run right there. Bulldogs not making much of a secret about what they were trying to do there. Carson took the snap, just paused there just a little bit, and then exploded right up the middle. Make this third down a little bit easier at 3rd and 4.
Inside of 5 minutes to go here in the first. Ferris State with a 2-score lead at 14-0 here over Saginaw Valley as the Bulldogs are going to give it off. No, it's Golker on the keeper again. Breaks the tackle, lowers the shoulder, and fights for some extra yardage down to the Cardinal 37, and a first down here for the Bulldogs.
Great job there by Carson Golker. Dipped the shoulder right there on Jasper Beeler, the free safety, and just kept on moving.
Carson did his work. Mitchell will come back out at the offensive controls here for Ferris State, as this will set up the Bulldogs first down and 10 here at the 37-yard line. Bulldogs have it on the right side hash. Mitchell with trips left, 2 back to the right side here in a 5-receiver set. Malik has time across the middle. Short route complete to James Kobe, and he's going to pick up 9 here, about a yard short of the first down to the 28-yard line here for the Bulldogs.
Good job there by James to get there right to about that 28-yard line and show the hands, and Malik put it right on the money.
So this sets up what will be 2nd and 1 here for the Bulldogs. Ferris State looking to add on yet another score here in this first quarter. Jefferson in motion. Mitchell back to throw. Has all kinds of time over the top. He's got Hunt Thompson. Just not able to haul it in near the back of the end zone.
Right. He and Hunt Thompson trying to get on track right there. Just not quite able to get in sync right there. We got defensive holding, it looks like, against the Cardinals.
So a flag is thrown back at the 9-yard line. So the Bulldogs pointing in Saginaw Valley State's direction. So this may help Ferris State enough certainly to pick up the first down here for the Bulldogs and probably into the red zone, depending on how much yardage is marked off here. Probably a 10-yard penalty down to the 18.
Yeah, so the Cardinals right there, I think they've been burned on that deep ball, and that's what they've been trying to limit Saginaw Valley, and a little bit of a tug right there trying to limit Tyrese Hunt Thompson, who was open again.
Number change for Ferris State. I believe that's Deion Small here in the offensive backfield. Changed jerseys here in this first quarter of play. He'll get it on the handoff to the left, running with some speed, and down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line here on the carry.
That's pretty close to a first down right there. As linesman not really looking back. Looks like it's going to be about a yard short, so you called it about 9 yards on that carry.
So Bulldogs have it inside the 10. What will be 2nd and 1 can still pick up a first down here inside the 10. They'll give it off again on the sweep to the left side.
Ooh.
And a horse collar tackle, maybe.
Boy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
flag thrown.
Dangerous play right there. Looks like he pops right back up, but definitely probably a personal foul, face mask there.
So it's going to be called against the Cardinal defense here as James Kobe will come back out here for the Bulldogs along with Carson Golker, and this will give the Bulldogs a first down inside the 5-yard line with a chance to make it 21-0 here with 3:15 to go in this first quarter, and it will be a face mask called against Saginaw Valley as we hear from the official down on the field here at Top Tigard Field.
Cardinals having a tough time, Rob. Those penalties, and we know the feeling. Those penalties starting to add up here for the Cardinals as the Bulldogs knocking on the door of a 21-0 lead.
Xavier Wade lined up here to the right side out wide. Golker in the gun. We'll send a man in motion in Hunt Thompson. It'll be Carson up the middle.
Good
Saginaw
job.
Valley not
Good
fooled
job.
here, and they drive him backwards. Never able to wrestle him down. They'll mark his forward progress right at the 4-yard line.
Very well defended there by the Cardinals. They kind of read that, did not fall for the man in motion there on the fake, on the sweep. They had 2 guys right there. One guy missed him and another guy right there to get Carson, and then a whole gang of Cardinals coming to hold him up.
So the Bulldogs will set up shop here, 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line with 2:40 to play and counting here in this opening quarter of action. A 14-0 lead. Golker with Kobe to his right, Wade out wide to the near side, and we may have a timeout called here. Play clock.
We got a procedure penalty against the Bulldogs, Rob.
Well, there was a penalty here against Ferris State.
Unless I think the Bulldogs were trying to get a timeout.
Head coach Tony Anise does take timeout, so did it come before the penalty or not? We'll have to wait and see, but nonetheless, I want to be sure you get some points here if you're the Bulldogs.
No question. You want to be able to finish this drive off, and that's going to be a point of emphasis here for the Bulldogs, is to see if they can go ahead and find a way to punch this one into the end zone here and keep the Cardinals on their heels, because that's where the Cardinals have been right from the start of this game, and obviously the 2 big strikes from Malik Mitchell to Wade have been a huge part of that right now as we pull up some of these numbers here. And obviously tremendously in favor of the Bulldogs here, as the Bulldogs right now with 168 yards of total offense, 56 yards of total offense here for Saginaw Valley early on in this game. So the Cardinals really struggling on both sides of the ball. Malik Mitchell, 5 of 5, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. Carson Gulker right now leading the Bulldogs in rushing, 3 carries for 20 yards. And then in the receiving game, obviously, Xavier Wade has been tremendous here. Just 2 catches, 99 yards, and obviously the 2 big touchdowns here. So the Bulldogs really getting it done offensively right here, but the Cardinals have stiffened here in the red zone.
Ferris State with the football here. Second and goal here for the Bulldogs as Gulker keeps it here on the delayed run and caught from behind. Good pursuit to the football by Saginaw Valley State as the stop was made by Brandon Rawls. Talented outside linebacker here for SVSU from behind.
Starting to get a little bit of misty rain coming in here, but he went for the delayed run right there, Robin. I think it gave the backside pursuit a chance to wrap him up from behind. He could not see that backside pursuit. So 3rd and goal from the 3.
Did get the number change here verified by the coaching staff. Number 8 in the backfield for Ferris State is Markel King, not Deion Small, who we originally thought it was. Nonetheless, it's James Kobe right now. Next to Gulker. Gulker looking to throw to the back of the end zone for Hunt Thompson, and overthrown here as that'll set up 4th down, and we'll see if the Bulldogs take the points. It looks like they will, as the field goal unit will come out.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get that ball in the corner, had a man running down the baseline of the end zone toward the pylon, but couldn't get him. Had X right there at about the goal line, but tried to get that play in the back of the end zone.
So Mitch Middleton will come on for what will be a 20-yard field goal try here for Ferris State. Working from the left side hash here as he kicks with the wind to the south end. Jake Plamondon coming out here for the Bulldogs as the extra blocker. Cardinals trying to get a man on late. The Bulldogs.
I think they might have too many anyway.
They're letting Saginaw Valley State make the substitution.
Because they had what are they doing now?
They still have too many men out there. They're still trying to get men on and off the field, and I think
officials have seen enough of that.
It looks like they called a penalty against Ferris State, though, as the flag is thrown in the back of the end zone. I'm not sure.
I don't know how you can call a penalty on us. They got 12 guys on the field, and 11, and 11, and 12, and 12. I mean, and somehow we ended up with a penalty out of it.
Somehow there must have been some movement there by the Bulldogs, so this will make it a little bit longer try, a 25-yard try up the hold of Rose. T.J. Rayling, the veteran senior from Grant, the long snapper here for the Bulldogs, as Middleton awaits here on the field goal try. Kicking from north to south here at Top Taggart Field to make it 17-0, and it's blocked. Was partially blocked right at the line of scrimmage, so the Bulldogs come away with no points on that series. It remains 14-0 here late in the first quarter.
So good stand there by Saginaw Valley. There are fans that are here in attendance, and they got a pretty good group of fans there across the stadium here from us. They like that. They have not had a whole lot to cheer about so far, but their defense gave them something right there.
They had Ferris State had it 1st and goal from inside the 10, and the Bulldogs not able to capitalize. So out will come the Ferris State defense here, leading it 14-0 as the defense tries to slow down Saginaw Valley State once again here in this first quarter of action.
Well, you've seen Saginaw Valley certainly pretty solid red zone line play there defensively.
Cardinals are going to keep it in the hands of O'Horo, who makes it through the first wave and gets it out near the 25-yard line, able to pick up 5 yards on the carry right behind the center of that offensive line.
Let's see, Saginaw Valley definitely trying to run at the teeth of this Bulldog defense here, as they are not shying away from that right now as the rain's starting to pick up just a touch.
Bulldogs with a nice crowd here despite the rain. South end zone bleachers were filled just a little bit ago. Some fans trying to take cover now here.
Hopefully they're just going to get their umbrella here as Saginaw Valley trying to push toward that first down marker. Going to be a couple yards short.
They're going to be a couple yards short here off right tackle here on the dive play as this will set up 3rd and short. Off the right side hash here for O'Horo and the Cardinals. We're trying to pick up the first down to get something going here against this Ferris State defense. Bulldogs looking for a big defensive stop here as they box up at the line of scrimmage.
Cardinals 0 for 3 on 3rd down so far.
Man in motion here for Saginaw Valley. O'Horo will keep it, and he's chased from behind.
They think he might have got it.
And the second effort, I think he did get it out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. They're getting a good push after that initial contact from that big Saginaw Valley State offensive line.
You can see it. We're looking at the replay right now on Ferris State TV, and had him bottled up there a little bit, but give him credit there. He found just the slightest of seams, Rob, and just kind of pushed his way through for the first down.
Inside of 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 14-0 Bulldogs, but the Cardinals have new life with the first down here after that defensive stand. They'll give it off here on the near side carry to Brown, and he tried to shift directions. This time the Bulldogs not fooled here. Des Lance and company in there to make the stop.
Good job right there as he kind of started to cut back a little bit. Unfortunately for him, Des Lance right there to wrap him up and bring him down.
And if you're Saginaw Valley State with the rain coming down, you'll take it to the second quarter. Knowing you got the wind behind your backs here in quarter number 2. The Bulldogs, though, took advantage of that wind here early on. They lead it 14-0 as we move to the second quarter of play. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on Sunday 97.3 Flow Sports and the Bulldog Sports Network.
When you have a
Are you seeking applied learning opportunities that will prepare you for your future? Classes taught by experienced faculty? Do you want internship opportunities that will launch your career? Then the College of Business at Ferris State University is where you belong. With 23 accredited programs and 122 degrees, you can advance your knowledge in unique majors such as esports production, music and entertainment business, and hospitality. Experience excellent placement rates and become a career-ready graduate. Start your journey today at ferris.edu/business.
To Ferris State football coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you here at the first play of the second quarter, where O'Horo breaks a run here for the Cardinals. They move the chains here with the first down out near the 43-yard line.
Yeah, good job kind of making something out of nothing right there as things kind of broke down there, and just a lot of open field there to get the first down.
First down carry here for Brown off the left side with some speed here as he tries to turn the edge and does. And another first down here as he's got it into Ferris State territory here for the first time down to the Bulldog 46.
Yeah, Cardinals finding something right now in the running game or the improvised running game when the passing game breaks down, and showing a little bit of speed right there at some of those positions, those ball handling positions. They've been able to make some plays.
14-0 Ferris State, but the Cardinals on the move here as O'Horo drops back to throw, has time in the pocket, looking downfield for Hinton, who makes a diving effort but could not haul it in.
Yeah, if he puts that on the money and he doesn't have to dive, boy, that would have been a big play for the Cardinals. Good protection up front from Saginaw Valley. Their offensive line is doing a better job right now.
Big thanks goes out to Pepsi and Gatorade for their support of the Ferris State Bulldogs. Right now, the Bulldogs facing 2nd and 10 defensively. Here as this Bulldog defense has given up just 3 points here over the last couple ball games, looking to keep Saginaw Valley State off the scoreboard. Here comes O'Horo on 2nd and long. He rolls out to the left side. The Bulldogs just miss on the sack attempt. He's got the first down inside the 30, improvised and made a play here for the Cardinals. Yeah,
Bulldogs upset. I think Larry Oladipo wanted a hold right there. I think also a little bit of frustration. The Bulldogs have been so close a few times, but then the game breaker right there. And so he's putting the Cardinals right now on his back offensively.
This sets up here first down and 10 from the Bulldog 28 here off the left side hash. Cardinals fake the give. O'Horo back to throw, looking to air it out over the top. He's got Hinton again, and a play made in the defensive secondary.
It's going to be pass interference, unfortunately.
By Sean Stevens, but a flag is thrown.
Yeah, I think he made a clean play with the right hand, but might have had the left hand on his back there. We'll take a look at the replay here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, certainly made a clean play with the right hand.
That fires up the Cardinals sideline. That sideline trying to get Saginaw Valley State here into the ball game as it was a first down here at the 28. We'll see where they spot this here after the penalty. They have yet to mark anything off. Now they're going to move forward here, and they're going to move it down, it looks like, to about the 13-yard line or so.
13, yep.
So first down and 10 coming up here from the 13 for Saginaw Valley State. So in the red zone here for the first time, 13:32 to play in the first half, and trying to cut this score back in half here with a touchdown.
Yeah, this is a crucial drive right now for the Cardinals. They cannot come up empty.
O'Horo going to give it off to Brown off the right side. He's got a lot of room to run. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Yeah, great job there by the Cardinals. There was tons of room here on the right side as they were able to basically jog into the end zone right there. Had the Bulldogs all sealed inside, and basically an easy run right there to the end zone. Great athlete, able to get into the house.
So Brown gives Saginaw Valley State their first score of the afternoon to cut it to 14-6, as Ryan Hiker will come on here for the point after attempt, the junior out of Walled Lake, off the hold from O'Horo, who is the holder as well here, along with being the quarterback today for SVSU. Hold is down, kick is on the way, has the distance, and this kick up and good. The Ferris State lead has been cut in half, 14-7, and a big momentum swing right there. The Bulldogs had a chance maybe to go up 21-0. Instead, they don't get points. They give it back to Saginaw Valley, and the Cardinals with a nice offensive drive to cut it to 14-7.
Yeah, you called it exactly right. You had a chance to go up 21-0, if not 17-0, and now you look up on the scoreboard and it's a 14-7 game as the Cardinals able to take advantage. Again, some of it broken plays. Give O'Horo credit. He's been able to make something out of nothing, and he deserves a lot of credit for that drive, Rob, as he was able to just kind of improvise on several of those plays to get some big gains.
Ferris State football coverage of Bulldog Athletics action presented by Lake Osceola State Banks. Thanks to Buffalo Wild Wings, along with Northwest Chiropractic, Three Girls Bakery, and Remax for their support here of the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have put Deion Small and C.J. Jefferson back here in the south end. With 13:28 to play, the Cardinals have the win to their advantage here in quarter number 2.
Exactly. An opportunity for them to see if they can take advantage of this now. They would love a good kickoff right here, presuming they're going to try to kick it deep here as they got back in the game right now, so maybe not as much of an opportunity to roll the dice. Bulldogs get a late man onto the field here.
One of those days here weather-wise. We had the rain just a little bit ago. Now the sun trying to come back out. So one of those days where you might get too hot, you might get too cold, you might get wet. You never know.
You never know. It's like it's gone from being dark, overcast, cloudy to now partly cloudy.
Hiker to kick it away here is Small awaits at the 1, along with Jefferson back at the goal line here for the Bulldogs. As this kick going to be fielded by Dion right at the 1-yard line, and he's going to come out with it on the return here for the Bulldogs. Back to the near side. Small has some space. Trying to turn up field here, gets it out across the 35, spins out of the tackle into about the 36 or 37-yard line. 9 plays, 80 yards for Saginaw Valley. Took 3 minutes and 22 seconds. And Terrence Brown with the 14-yard touchdown run to cut this deficit down for the Cardinals.
Good return right there by Small to get the Bulldogs back going again here a little bit. Now the Bulldogs were obviously red hot early with Mitchell to Wade, as Carson Gulker going to get the go right from the start of this particular possession.
So Gulker comes back on here for Ferris State. Twins to both sides here for the Bulldogs. Out wide is Wade to the far side of the formation as they'll give it off to Gulker here on the keeper. And he had the pitch man in Jefferson but elected to keep and picks up some good yardage here out to about the 41-yard line.
Got an extra yard or two as he kind of landed on top of the defender who threw him forward for maybe an extra yard or so as solid gain right there off the option.
Hunt Thompson and Amari O'Brien to the boundary side. Now, looks like Amari will come back to the near side as Jefferson lines up right here for Ferris State. Gulker in the gun. CJ will get it on the sweep here to the near side, trying to turn upfield. Instead goes outside. Did a nice job of picking up some yardage and fighting forward. He's going to have the first down right to about midfield here as the Bulldogs will move the chain.
Good job for CJ trying to cut back there a little bit, and I don't know if he had a sixth sense of where he needed to get the first down, but he got there as Bulldogs will move the chains here again.
You can follow Ferris State Athletics on social media at Ferris Athletics on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all the updates here throughout the season. Wade and O'Brien to the right as the Bulldogs work off the left side hash. Hunt Thompson and Jefferson back to the short side here for Ferris State. CJ in motion. Gulker will keep here as he runs off left tackle here, breaks a couple tackles, stiff arms the man, and gets down to the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 15 here for Gulker.
Yeah, good job there on the edge there by Saginaw Valley. That was Woolridge. He was looking at the big, large palm of a stiff arm from Carson Gulker coming at him and able to wrestle him down, but not until there was a first down already obtained.
Bulldogs working in some other guys in that offensive line. Dane Arnett here at left tackle. Lawrence Attar on at right guard here for Ferris State on this series. 4 receivers here in the formation with trips right for Gulker as the Bulldogs keep it on the near side hash. Give is going to be to Markel King here, and he's wrestled down short here for no gain at the 35. Again, changing jerseys. Traditionally number 17 here this season, but wearing number 8 here due to a uniform issue here this afternoon.
Good job there by the linebacker, Daly coming in there and making a nice tackle there because he gets ahead of steam. He could be off for some big yardage there, but did a good job of kind of beating the block and wrestling him down from behind.
2nd and 10 now here for the Dogs from the left side as Golker will send Jefferson in motion. It'll be Golker on the keeper off the right side. Broke a couple tackles, lowers the shoulder, fights forward. A flag thrown here as he picks up the first down to the 25, but we await the penalty here as they're signaling over to the right side of that Ferris State offensive line, and it will be holding here against the Bulldogs.
So Bulldogs are going to have that one come back. That's a tough break right there. Bulldogs watched Carson Golker do so much to make that play, and the white hat with the big flag thrown for a hold. Tough break there for the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs come with some changes up front. Bryce George and Brendan Bankston back on the right side as Ferris State will come back to the near side with Bob Anderson and Travis Maricold. Looks like Bankston actually going to move inside to center here for Ferris State.
It's a huge penalty right there.
So 2nd and 20 with the ball back to the 45 here for the Ferris State offense. 10:50 and ticking here in the second quarter.
I was going to say you're close to right there at a first down, and now you're looking at 2nd and 20.
Twins right here for the Bulldogs as Jefferson comes back in motion. Golker right side, going to run it off right tackle here for the Bulldogs. Picked up a few yards, but good open field hit made there on the Saginaw Valley State side. Coming up to make the initial contact was Dante Barthwell and Alfred Daly, their leading tackler, helping out on that far sideline.
Kind of getting body blows right here, trying to get the Cardinals used to that running game here as they can always come back to Myleik Mitchell, but also Carson Golker can throw that football. So see if the Cardinals are going to be good on their toes right here. Big 3rd down.
3rd and 18. Golker stays out there here with 10 minutes left in the second quarter off the right side hash. He's got Kobe to his left. Golker back to throw. Pressure coming from the backside, and he tried to get rid of that one, and they're going to rule it incomplete. We'll wait and see. It looks like an incomplete pass here as he just got rid of it here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it went out of bounds anyway. Looks like the Cardinal bench is asking for intentional grounding, but they're not going to get it.
They're not going to get it, but they will get the defensive stop here as Ferris State's going to have to come on with the punting unit. And again, we mentioned it coming in. Saginaw Valley State really battled Ferris State very close the last 2 seasons. And this is an inspired team right now with the way this game has unfolded so far.
They have right now as the Bulldogs are going to punt right here into a tricky wind right here as they are going to try to balance pinning them down there, but not kicking it too light that it gets caught in the wind.
Hinton standing here back at his own 10. This kick in the wind, and he'll call for the fair catch. He's got it back inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line, and that's where the Bulldog defense will have to come back out and try to slow down the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals are playing some good football here so far. Like the way that they're getting it done on the line of scrimmage, and that's part of what it's going to take to hang in there with these Bulldogs is being able to hold your own as much as possible on that line of scrimmage, and that's what's helped the Cardinals get back into it right now. The Cardinals had O'Horo, big part of that last drive, that touchdown drive, with his ability to make something out of nothing in the passing game with a big run.
Thanks to the Mecosta County Visitors Bureau and the Holiday Inn, along with PNC Bank, for their support of the Bulldogs. Sweep right side here as the Bulldogs stretch it to the sideline, and a short pickup here on the carry here around the right edge for Saginaw Valley.
Yeah, nice job there by the Cardinals. Actually, I think he kind of tripped over his own man right there as that was Folks right there, and kind of tripped on his own, and otherwise might have gotten a few extra yards.
Southfield product able to pick up here about 4 yards on the carry here to the right. They'll line up here on the right side hash, and what will be second and about 6 yards to go here for the Cardinals back inside their own 20. O'Horo in the gun with a man left here in the offensive backfield. Toss pitch to the outside with some speed. Oladipo in pursuit, and a nice job made over there on that far side here by Leno Smith for the Bulldog defense.
Yeah, good speed right there to the edge. The Cardinals have been trying to work the middle a little bit, but they've also been trying to use speed to get to the edge. But good job there by Lento and Oladipo to get there and take away the edge.
So this will set up third and call it about 6 again here from the 18. As the Bulldog defense looks for a big stop here against Saginaw Valley, trying to get off the field here early on in the second quarter. So O'Horo will send trips to the right side. 2 receivers left here for the Cardinals. Bulldogs showing blitz. They come with some heat. O'Horo back to throw. Over the top. Good coverage. And Sean Stevens.
Great job.
Swats it away.
Sean looked back, Rob, at just the right minute. Got that big hand up there and deflected that ball away. That ball was on the money. Great play by Stevens.
Stevens has been a great addition in the defensive secondary, especially with the injuries. Was a All-American a year ago at West Liberty on the Division II level, and already has, I believe, 3 picks this season here for the Ferris State defense.
Well, you're right. He has been a welcome addition, especially some of the injury issues that the Bulldogs have had at the corners. That's really great to see him coming in and playing so well early.
Deion Small back at his
snap.
own 25. They just get it away, and we'll see if they get a chance at a return or not.
Great bounce.
Deion's going to pick it up to save some yardage, trying to work the sideline and gets out of play. Out across the 30, did a nice job.
Punt.
That one had a great roll. If he hadn't picked it up, they could have had a chance to pin the Bulldogs back deep.
Rob, perfect punt. You couldn't have scripted that any better if you had full control of it with one of those gaming controllers right there. That ball just skimmed right down the sideline. And you're right. He looked at it and he said, I don't know how many more yards I can let us give up.
The Bulldogs have come back out with Mitchell back on at quarterback here. 8:22 to play in the first half, leading at 14-7 here over Saginaw Valley. Rose and Hunt Thompson to the right. They've got 2 back to the left to Jefferson and Wade as Mitchell works out of the shotgun set. 5 right at the line of scrimmage in the box here for Saginaw Valley as Rose comes around in motion. The Bulldogs fake the draw. Mitchell steps up in the pocket. Now on the move. Myleek running right side here for the Bulldogs. Going to be wrestled down, and see whether they give him his forward progress. Was kind of shifted backwards. Didn't get a great spot. I thought he was out near the 38, but
they're moving. I think the wind just blew him up to the 37. Now it's blowing. He's readjusted here and he's going to put it at the 36.
He moved to the 37, then reached across to the 36. So didn't quite get as many yards as we thought he was going to get. They'll call it about a 5-yard pickup here. So this will set up 2nd and 5 from the 36 here for the Bulldogs. 4 receivers in the formation. Late outside rush coming. Mitchell avoids it and maybe got a yard or 2 at most here. Again, making the stop was Daly, their leading tackler here for Saginaw Valley State on the year.
Daly trying to get his teammates fired up right there. Nice hit right there on Mitchell as Myleek was sensing where that first down marker was. Good hit there by Daly.
So they'll give him out to the 38 here. It'll be 3rd and 3 coming up, and Golker will come on for Mitchell here at quarterback for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs going with that 2 quarterback rotation so far here this afternoon. Have yet to see the 3rd man, the GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week in Trinidad Chambliss. So Ferris State here with the play clock now down inside of 5 seconds. Golker's going to have to speed it up here with 3. Carson will send a man in motion, take the snap just in time. He's going to tuck it. Looking for the throw here. He finds Brady Rose, who ran into his own man and trying to fight forward for extra yardage, and he's not going to get it. As that play kind of unraveled for Ferris State after completion to Rose. I think he ran into Xavier Wade.
I think he did too, yeah.
That's going to leave the Bulldogs here about 3 yards short.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been there, but X was trying to get that block, fortunately. So really good faith effort by X, but unfortunately that collision prevented the first down as the Bulldogs now will have to punt again.
Ferris State with 6:26 to go here in this second quarter with a 14-7 lead. We'll have to give it back to Saginaw Valley as Hinton stands back at his own 22-yard line here for SVSU. Middleton to kick it away, I believe, here for Ferris State. And we got a timeout called here by Saginaw Valley. So the Cardinals didn't like something or didn't have enough guys on the field, and they're going to use a timeout here. Their second one called here with 6:09 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, they might have had too many guys on the field. Actually, I was just counting. They might have had 12 on the field. That would have been a first down.
So Ferris State going to talk it over with head coach Tony Anise. Bulldog football presented here on the Bulldog Sports Network and Flow Sports. Big thanks goes out to all of our partners, including Nutrition Force LLC, the official dietitian of Ferris State Athletics. Big thanks to Venlo and Fox Motors for their support of the Bulldogs. Of course, Bulldog hockey coverage coming your way tonight. 6:30 pregame coverage on Sunday 97.3 with live coverage on Flow Sports at 7 o'clock. The Bulldogs and the Miami Redhawks tonight in the home opening series to kick off the 2023-2024 season at the Ava Glavin Ice Arena.
Should be a big day here for Bulldog Athletics. This gets it going. Bulldogs certainly trying to get themselves back on track offensively. Made it look easy early in the game, and since then Saginaw Valley has settled in a little bit better, and now the Bulldogs are trying to settle back in themselves.
So Middleton on to kick it away. Here's the Bulldogs shift 2 guys up here in protection to the right. And Middleton with no rush on here is going to kick it into the wind here. Gets unfavorable bounce, but good coverage downfield, and the Cardinals will start here with pretty good field position here at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like he was maybe trying to kick it, I think, underneath the wind right there, trying to get a strategic type kick there, maybe not wanting to get too up high there as that wind still gusting in from the north, and Bulldogs kicking into the teeth of it. So good position, good starting field position on this drive for Saginaw Valley.
So the Cardinals will come out here as they try to tie this one up on the scoreboard here in the first half of play. O'Horo in the gun will send a man in motion here. They'll give it off on the sweep to the right to Folks, and nowhere to go here as the Bulldogs stretch that one, and this will be a loss of a yard or two.
Yeah, Bulldogs now have gotten a pretty good feel for what Saginaw Valley is trying to do, and the Cardinals at some point are going to have to be able to stretch the field here a little bit vertically, or the Bulldogs are going to make that adjustment fully, and it's going to eventually be tough sledding to try to keep a steady diet of running the ball successfully against this Bulldog defense.
So this will be second and call it 11 or 12 yards to go for O'Horo. Screen play set up nicely here as they're going to pick up the first down here into Bulldog territory and all the way down to the Ferris State 41-yard line. It was Folks again on the reception here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, great call with the screen as you could see the Bulldogs coming with that pass rush, and boy, that's you start to get that sick feeling when you're the defensive lineman there and you know that pass is coming over the top on the screen.
Right now, the Cardinals playing with all the emotion and energy here at this stage of the first half. First down pickup here inside of 5 minutes remaining in the first half. O'Horo in the gun, looking to throw, and he just avoids the sack. Has a man downfield, but overthrew Brown, who had a step on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Victor Nelson was right there, I believe, getting in his face there a little bit. Or somebody from the defensive line was right there pretty close and put pressure on him. And I think, Rob, that made him overthrow that ball just a touch.
I think it may have been Oladipo.
I think
I've seen
him
a couple of times today upset with the officials that they have not been flagged. I think he thinks he's been held here a couple times today.
Yeah, he's got to maintain his composure there just a little bit, though, because it's a long game. It's a marathon.
2nd and 10 here for the Cardinals from the Ferris State 41. They'll give it off on the inside draw, and a nice job of breaking a couple tackles here for the tailback, Tyler Amos. And he's going to pick up here about 9 yards to the 32-yard line. This will leave them about a yard short here at 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Cardinals are getting a lot of yards after the initial contact.
O'Horo again, and
Anise really upset about something.
I think he wanted the procedure penalty and did not get it here as may have moved. It does not look like any flags were thrown. They did stop play, though, and now the officials having a discussion, so we'll wait and see what the end result of this is going to be.
Well, we've seen that before where there's no flag on the field, but somehow there's a penalty, but I don't think it's going to work in the Bulldogs' favor this time.
So no flags down there on the field, and it does not look like the official's going to say anything. Yes, maybe he will. They're going to pick up the flag.
So there was a flag. Well, I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, it was a flag. They may just negate that play is the way it looks like it's going to happen. He had enough for the first down if the play had stood, so instead it'll be 3rd and a yard, so maybe the whistle blew before the snap actually came.
Got to think this is going to be 4-down territory here for the Cardinals, even if they don't convert here on 3rd and 1.
So the Cardinals will line up here with 2 receivers off to each side for O'Horo here on 3rd and a yard. Bulldogs in that 4-man front here as O'Horo will look over to the sideline with 12 on the play clock now for Saginaw Valley State. 4:15 to play in the first half as they try to tie it up here against the Bulldogs on this drive. O'Horo to throw here on 3rd and a yard, has time, rolls out right side on the move. The Bulldogs try to come up and make the stop, and they do, but not before he picks up the first down to the Ferris State 29.
Coach Smith getting some fresh linemen in there as, again, O'Horo able to make something out of nothing.
So a first down here for the Cardinals keeps this drive going to the Bulldog 29. Ferris State needs to make a stand here defensively as the Cardinals line up. Quick run here by O'Horo to the left side. Nice cut here as he gets it down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. And right now that Cardinals sideline a little fired up.
They are more than a little fired up there. They're smelling this right now, a chance to get back into this game and tie it. I mean, they got back into the game making it 14-7 here, under 3:30 to go here in the half, and they got an opportunity here to tie this one.
So this will set up here 2nd and 5 as they have it at the Bulldog 24-yard line. Brown to the left side of O'Horo here with 2 receivers off to each side. Folks in motion. They run the option. O'Horo trying to turn it upfield, and just missing on the stop was Oladipo in the backfield, and O'Horo fights forward for a couple extra yards.
Well, O'Horo is in a zone right now, Rob. He is playing really well right now. And the Cardinals now are going to go tempo here. They're going to try to get this speed up here a little bit.
They get right back to the line here. He keeps it on the inside play. Nothing doing this time. The Bulldogs did a much better job that time as Brennan Schwartz comes up and makes the stop for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they tried to catch the Bulldogs napping there with a quick snap there, but the Bulldogs all over that play.
So this here now, 4th down, according to the down marker.
Yeah.
So it'll be 4th and about 3 here from the 22-yard line. Big defensive play here for Ferris State. Cardinals do have 1 timeout remaining here with 2:28 to play in the first half. Big offensive set here for Saginaw Valley as they send a man in motion. O'Horo taking his time here as the play clock's at 10.
Gotta get a timeout. He's going to take a timeout.
Looks like Ryan Brady is content here to just stand there and let time tick away here as he's going to run this time down and take the timeout here with 2:10 to go. So wanted to leave the Bulldogs with as little time as possible left should they give it back.
So down to 2:10 here, and also an opportunity to make sure that they got the correct call for this huge 4th down right here. Is Brady with the wind to his back right now, but opportunities down here this close to the end zone you don't want to let pass. So it looks like Ryan Brady was at least initially showing that he's going to go for it here on 4th down, but we'll see. Strange things happen. Times can change things coming out of a timeout.
Ferris State football live right here on the Bulldog Sports Network at Sunny 97.3. Of course, live coverage on Flow Sports as well. For tickets, scores, merchandise, video, and more, be sure to log on to FerrisStateBulldogs.com. As the Bulldogs here with a 14-7 lead, 2:10 to play here in this first half of action.
So the Bulldogs coming back out with their defensive unit here as they break huddle, preparing to see if they can keep these Cardinals at bay as Saginaw Valley cutting that Bulldog lead in half, making it 14-7. Now sits in a chance to tie this one up.
So the Bulldogs here will have the football at the 22-yard line. Saginaw Valley State will have it at the Ferris State 22. 4th and about 3 coming out of this timeout here for the Cardinals as they send trips to the right side. 1 man to the left side of the formation. O'Horo looking over to the sideline. He's got Terrence Brown in the backfield next to him here for Saginaw Valley. So O'Horo awaits in the gun here as the clock winds here inside of 20 seconds of the play clock. Big play for Ferris State defensively as Folks moves in motion. O'Horo looking over the top to the left and hitting, not able to haul it in. Late flag thrown, though, from the back judge.
Yeah.
Right near the goal line.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it was probably the right call.
So that one came very late here. The guy on the spot did not make the call. And Hinton was trying to come back and grab the football. I'm not sure it would have been catchable, but nonetheless.
That's the argument that I could make right there, too. But, I mean, there was a tug. Yeah, see, to me, if it's pass interference, I think you could make an argument that it wasn't catchable.
So 2:06 to go here. This keeps this drive alive, and Saginaw Valley is going to have it inside the Ferris State 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal here for the Cardinals from about the 7 or 8-yard line. So big opportunity here for Saginaw Valley State to try to tie this one up here before the half.
So Bulldogs right now seeing if they can hold them at bay here a little bit. This is where defenses need to step up here in the red zone.
Man to the left and Brown here as they give it off on the sweep to the left side. The Bulldogs trying to turn him back in and able to do so. Maybe a gain of a yard on the sweep for Derek Bryant, the slot receiver moving to the short side of the formation.
Good job there by the Bulldogs to get over there and fight their way through some of those blocks there. As Saginaw Valley did a pretty good job of blocking on the edge. Bulldogs able to shed blocks and make that tackle.
So O'Horo again here with Saginaw Valley State at the 6. 2nd down and goal coming up for the Cardinals. We'll send Brown to his left. Brown rolls out left side. He gets it out of the backfield one-on-one, and Schwartz misses the tackle. Touchdown for the Cardinals as they have a chance to tie this one up.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. As you kind of had him short, but unfortunately Bulldogs not able to make the tackle and then into the end zone for a touchdown now with a chance to tie this game here. Just a swing pass there. Actually, not a great pass. Threw it behind him. Great adjustment to make the catch and then into the end zone.
Brown, a talented player, found the end zone here for the 2nd time today as he's got both Cardinals scores here in this 2nd quarter of play. 1:30 to go here as Hiker comes on for the point after. Kick is on the way, and it's up and good. And we're tied at 14 here with 90 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Bulldogs came out, dominated the first quarter, and Saginaw Valley is really taking control here in the 2nd quarter, I should say, gotten themselves back into it here in the 2nd quarter. So
looks like penalty was thrown here and going to be declined on the point after attempt. So Ferris State will have 90 seconds to work with here before halftime. We'll see how aggressive the Bulldogs try to be here with working a little bit against the wind here late in this first half.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, Rob, is going to depend on what field position the Bulldogs get off of this kickoff here. If they can get pretty good position off the kickoff, then maybe they might be tempted to be a little bit more aggressive.
I believe all the points have came with the wind here. The Bulldogs had it in the first quarter, and the Cardinals have had it here in the second quarter of action. And right now, Saginaw Valley has been able to be pretty efficient offensively in the last couple drives.
Yeah, they have. They've been able to do a better job on the line of scrimmage with their offensive line, and I think that's really helped them to kind of assert themselves a little bit more here in this second quarter. And so the Bulldogs right now trying to see if they can gather themselves back together and start to get back into control of this game. Bulldogs made it look so easy early, and now they're having to fight for everything.
Hiker to kick it away here for Saginaw Valley as the Bulldogs have Dion Small at his goal line and C.J. Jefferson right around the 6-yard line here for the Bulldogs. They're going to kick it to
it's returnable.
Jefferson backpedaling to the 5. Here comes C.J. C.J. on the return. Runs right side here. Turns it back upfield and tripped up on the play as he gets it out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line.
Late flag.
Late flag. We'll
Very
see.
late flag. My goodness.
That one well behind the play. So who's this going to be against?
Oh,
it's
my
gonna be
gosh.
Holding against the Bulldogs.
Bro, that was after the tackle was made and people were getting up and walking off the field.
So this on the return here will move the Bulldogs back further in their own end, and this with 1:24 to go in the half may make the decision to be a little more conservative for Ferris State, although you never know.
Well, Saginaw Valley has no timeouts, so that works in your favor here. But right now I think you're right. You don't want to risk a turnover right now, but at the same time, you'd like to get some momentum back going into halftime, but it's a risk-reward right now, and the risk might be too high.
From the 18-yard line is where the Bulldogs will start. First down and 10 as Mitchell's going to fake the give. He's going to keep it himself here as he gets out across the 20 and wrestled backwards here at about the 21-yard line. So short pickup here on first down for Malik Mitchell as the Bulldogs will have second down and about 7 coming up.
Cardinals can't, of course, stop the clock right now as they were trying to reach in to strip that ball away. Good job there by Malik hanging on to it.
Twins to both sides here for the Bulldogs as Mitchell works out of the gun. Cardinals showing some pressure from the outside as Malik going to walk up to the line here and change the call for the Bulldogs. Down to 15 on the play clock here as Ferris State works off the left side hash. Mitchell in the gun, back to throw, has time, pointing in the direction of a receiver, and he's got Hunt Thompson on the sideline for the first down out to the 39-yard line.
Now things are a little bit different. Now you got an opportunity maybe to be a little bit more aggressive.
43 seconds to go as the Bulldogs have it right near the 38-yard line on the spot with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half.
This is where the Bulldogs could be dangerous right here. Tight package with 2 receivers to the near side.
Mitchell will fake the give, back to throw, stands up in the pocket, delivers it across the middle. He's got Wade into Cardinal territory and down to the 47.
Okay.
So we'll wait and see if the Bulldogs use a timeout or not. They're not going to right here. 30 seconds and counting. And now Coach Anise is going to use the timeout here with 28 seconds to go as too much time was ticking away right there for the Bulldogs.
Still got 1 left here, but big gain right there. Bulldogs had to have that one as Wade kind of came off a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. Is kind of looking like might have been banged up just a touch, but looks like he's going to be okay. Bulldogs with a chance now. 28 seconds to go. Game tied at 14. Chance for the Bulldogs here to see if they can maybe attack the field a little bit. We've seen them with the ability to stretch the field with Wade earlier in the game in that first quarter when the Bulldogs were really kind of winging that thing all over the place, successfully so. And since then, it's been tough sledding offensively for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they can get back on track here.
Ferris State huddled down below us here. Again, live coverage of Ferris State football on Flow Sports, courtesy of Ferris State Television. Of course, our radio coverage as well on Sunny 97.3 and online at FerrisStateBulldogs.com. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you here from Top Tiger Field. Cloudy day. We've had the sun peeking out at times, but the clouds have returned here on a windy day here in Big Rapids. So 33 seconds to go as they added the 5 seconds here to the scoreboard. Tied up at 14 with the ball at the Cardinal 47-yard line, working against the wind are the Bulldogs. Trips to the right side here in the tight set with Hunt Thompson back to the left side here for Mitchell. In the gun here for the Bulldogs. Jefferson comes in motion to the short side. Malik back to throw here for Ferris State. Looking upfield, rolls out right side. He's on the move now, being chased from behind. Able to avoid the first tackle and gets it down inside the 40-yard line.
Got to go quick. Oh, coach going to take that last timeout.
So Coach Anise going to take the timeout here at the 40-yard line. 22 seconds to go. So now if you're the Bulldogs, you've got to get something to the end zone or to the sideline here with no timeouts remaining.
Yeah, you're looking at it right now. You're in a position to begin taking some good realistic shots at the end zone. If you throw underneath, you got to get to that sideline, or you got to have your next play ready. You got to quickly get to that line of scrimmage.
So Ferris State, of course, at Grand Valley State next week in the Anchor Bone Classic. Kickoff 3 o'clock from Lubber Stadium in Allendale. But right now, all the attention focused on this one where Saginaw Valley State has played the Bulldogs to a first-half draw. If this score stands, now with 24 seconds left, so they add 2 seconds to the scoreboard here for the Bulldogs from the 40-yard line.
So it's always interesting. You get down to this time of a half or the end of regulation, and all of a sudden every little second becomes that much more precious. And let's see if the Bulldogs can take advantage right now. An opportunity maybe to stretch the field right here. Bulldogs stacking receivers to both sides of the line.
Wade and Jefferson to the left. The Bulldogs have Hunt Thompson and Rose to the right. Here for Mitchell is Saginaw Valley State's going to back away at the line of scrimmage. They'll send 4 on the pressure. Mitchell stands up, delivers the ball here on the screen, and a diving effort incomplete as he was trying to hit King, I think, out of the backfield. And
King tipped that ball up in the air.
That was close to being intercepted on the diving effort. GLIAC had to stand in there as the late rush came, and they got to him right as he delivered the pass.
Yeah, King actually tipped it right there, and very fortunate that ball dropped down. Bulldogs right now 3rd down, barring a first down. Bulldogs still got about probably 3, maybe 4 cracks at it.
So the Bulldogs with trips left side, 1 man to the right as King will move out to the right side of the formation here for Ferris State. So Mitchell in the gun, back to throw here for the Bulldogs. Looking downfield, steps up. On the move here, over the top, he's trying to find Hunt Thompson. Oh! Touchdown, Bulldogs!
What a throw by GLIAC Mitchell. Unbelievable, Rod. Great catch on the far sideline by Tyrese Hunt Thompson.
The Bulldogs strike in the 2-minute drill. And with 13 seconds to go in the first half, take a 20-14 lead with the point after looming here for the Bulldogs.
Great job there by GLIAC Mitchell, and those Bulldog receivers, again, continuing to stretch that defense. This time, it's Tyrese Hunt Thompson's turn.
So Middleton on for the point after attempt here for Ferris State. Off the hold from Brady Rose. 13 seconds to go here in the first half as the Bulldogs await the snap here from TJ Railing. Kicking a little bit into the wind here on the north side, and the kick is on the way, has the distance. It's up and good, and the Bulldogs with a 21-14 lead, 3 long touchdown throws for Mitchell here in the first half.
Yeah, great to see the Bulldogs. I mean, getting closer to midfield right there where you start that drive and you're thinking, I don't want to make any mistakes right now. A couple of big plays put the Bulldogs in position to be able to attack the end zone, and attack they do as the Bulldogs go back up on the scoreboard, now up 21-14.
Ferris State football live right here on the voice of the Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3, and online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Big thanks to Ferris State Television as well for the video coverage here on Flow Sports. You can catch Bulldog hockey on Flow Sports tonight and also on Sunny 97.3. Puck drop 7:07 p.m. against the Miami of Ohio Redhawks. The series finale tomorrow night at 5:07 p.m. at the Ava Glavin Ice Arena. Looking forward to watching head coach Bob Daniels and his team in action for the first time this season tonight.
It's going to be exciting to see the Bulldogs on the ice here. And, boy, that hockey season, it creeps up on you pretty fast. And it's an extended season, but excited to see Coach Daniels' team in person, and looking forward to being on the mic with Brody tonight.
So Middleton to kick it away here for the Bulldogs from right to left as we look down at the field. Bulldogs try not to allow a Cardinal return here as it's kicked short over toward the sideline, and it's going to take a Cardinal hop out of play and a flag thrown here. So the Cardinals will get a little bit better field position. Now we'll see how aggressive they are. Just 13 seconds to go, though, and no timeouts remaining here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Brady, I do not want to make a mistake, because that's how last week Grand Valley they took advantage of a Grand Valley situation to get themselves back into that game before Grand Valley opened it up on them later in the game. But right now, if you're the Cardinals, you don't feel as good now. It looks like they are going to go to take a knee.
Of course, we'll have a look at the final numbers, the GLIAC scoreboard, and the D2Football.com scoreboard coming up here at halftime. Here from Top Taggart Field as Ferris State 2 strikes early. The Bulldogs add 1 late to take a 21-14 lead into the locker room here at halftime. The Bulldogs, some work to do here in the second half to pull out a win today.
No question about it. You love the way things started. You love the way you finished it at the very end of the half. But still, right now, I think there's some things defensively in particular that the Bulldogs are certainly going to want to tighten up. As Laurie Oladipo having a conversation with the referee right now, as he and it might be Des Lance there having a conversation with the referee who is accommodating him right now.
So nonetheless, Ferris State with the lead here at halftime. We'll take a 2-minute break. Back with halftime coverage after this timeout. Right here on the Bulldog Sports Network, Flow Sports and Sunny 97.3. Took a minute and 11 seconds. It was 40 yards from Mitchell to Hunt Thompson to put the Bulldogs in front again here at halftime. First half numbers for the Bulldogs: 290 yards of total offense, 89 on the ground on 18 carries. And Mitchell for Ferris State was 8 of 9 in the air for 200 yards and 3 scores. Gulker 1 of 3 for 1 yard here in the passing game for the Bulldogs. Saginaw Valley State, meanwhile, with 172 total yards. They had 130 yards rushing on 26 carries. O'Horo 4 of 8 for 42 yards in the passing game and a score. He also picked up 62 yards on the ground. Brown had 48 yards on 7 carries. For Ferris State, Gulker 43 yards on 7 attempts. Mitchell had 14 yards on 5 carries. Xavier Wade 3 catches for 114 yards and 2 scores. Hunt Thompson 3 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the statistics right now. I mean, the ability of Saginaw Valley to run the football as effectively as they have, 130 yards rushing in the first half, that's a big part of the reason why they are where they are in this game right now, which is competitive. They did a decent job on third down conversions. That certainly helped them as well. And a slight edge, almost negligible edge in terms of time of possession. But the ability of the Cardinals to be able to run the football is what has helped them to stay where they are right now, which is close.
Let's take a look at the scoring summary here for Ferris State. The Bulldogs strike on their opening series. 12:15 to go in the first quarter. It was Xavier Wade hauling in the 41-yard touchdown throw from Malik Mitchell on a two-play 50-yard drive to make it 7-0. The Bulldogs would come back a couple minutes later, 10:25 remaining in the first. Wade hauls in the 58-yard catch from Mitchell after the Bulldogs had got the defensive stop. One play, 58 yards, made it 14-0 in Ferris State's favor. The Bulldogs had the advantage, had a chance to go up 21-0, but not able to capitalize on first and goal from inside the 10. Saginaw Valley State in the second quarter, 13:28 to play, moves 80 yards in 9 plays. Terrence Brown finds the end zone on a 14-yard carry to cut the deficit to 14-7. Then he ties up the game later on after a 10-play, 62-yard drive with just 1:30 left to go before halftime. O'Horo on the 6-yard touchdown throw made it 14-14. However, the Bulldogs, you can't give a coach in these team too much time. That's what Ryan Brady did not want to do, and they gave the Bulldogs just enough time. 82 yards in 6 plays. Mitchell finds Hunt Thompson on the 40-yard throw to give Ferris State again the advantage here at 21-14.
Yeah, not only the time left, but the fact that the Bulldogs also had 2 timeouts, and I think that was almost as important as how much time they had left. And so you give Coach Anise that much time, as you mentioned, and 2 timeouts, and all of a sudden they get the ball up close to midfield, and we said it at the time on the broadcast, and now that changes things a little bit. Now you have an opportunity to be a little bit more aggressive. Aggressive they were, as they end up punctuating that drive with a Thompson touchdown catch right there in the corner. So great job there by the Bulldogs executing down the stretch in the second quarter.
Bulldogs 3 of 6 on third down. The Cardinals went 2 of 6. They were 2 of 2 in the red zone. Ferris State 0 of 1 in the red zone here in the first half. We'll take a 2-minute break. Back with more halftime coverage after this timeout right here on Sunny 97.3 in Flow Sports. State football coverage here at halftime. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you from Top Taggart Field, where the Bulldogs have a 21-14 lead here at halftime over Saginaw Valley State this afternoon. Couple long touchdown throws from Mitchell to Wade, along with one to Hunt Thompson to end the first half, gives the Bulldogs the advantage here at halftime. Big day in Ferris State athletics, as we mentioned. Ferris State volleyball in action against Saginaw Valley State at 5 o'clock tonight as head coach Tia Brandon Wilhelm and the Bulldogs look for what would be their 10th consecutive win if they can get by Saginaw Valley State tonight, trying to stay unbeaten and atop the GLIAC. A big win last night for the Bulldogs. 3-0 over Davenport as Ferris State continues to roll along.
Yeah, they do. Very impressive performance last night that we saw from Coach Brandon Wilhelm's squad. As that Davenport team played them tough earlier down in Caledonia, but boy, I tell you what, the Bulldogs look sharp right off the bat. Good crowd in Bulldog Arena yesterday to take it in. So great job by the Bulldogs. They want to keep that momentum going.
Of course, Ferris State cross country in action as well today at the Lewis Conference crossover in Romeoville, Illinois, as we have some competitions going on here at halftime down on the field. So good luck to the Bulldogs today on the cross country side. And can't forget about Ferris State hockey tonight. The Bulldogs taking on Miami of Ohio. 7:07 puck drop at the Avaglaven Ice Arena. Get your tickets online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com/tickets. Come out and watch the Bulldogs, what should be an exciting series against Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, it should be excited. I know a lot of people are looking forward to seeing the Bulldogs in action. It's a lot of expectations, I think, and a lot of anticipation, a lot of energy and excitement for what people are looking for with the Bulldogs. And so getting things started in the ice arena, I think, is going to be a fun thing for the fans. They're going to be looking forward to seeing it. So expecting a good crowd here tonight, and hopefully some of those volleyball fans will hang around for checking out the hockey team, and hopefully some of the hockey fans will come a little bit early and check out Bulldog volleyball.
Again, pregame coverage starts at 6:30 on Sunny 97.3 and online at FerrisStateBulldogs.com. Coverage at 7 o'clock on Flow Sports tonight as well, part of the CCHA streaming agreement through Flow Sports. You can catch all the action of both GLIAC and CCHA action all season long right here on Flow Sports. Ferris State men's basketball hosting its tip-off dinner. Tickets on sale now for the October 29th event at the Big Rapids Eagles Club. You can log on to FerrisStateBulldogs.com, get your tickets, come out and watch Ferris State alum and actor Jeff Hepner speak to the crowd as the keynote speaker. That'll follow the alumni game. Always a great day when the alums come back to town on the Ferris State basketball side. So many of those guys that we've seen over the years, a lot of the recent ones especially, that have a chance to come back and compete against Ferris State and probably give the Bulldogs one of the better games they'll have early in the year.
Yeah, it's great. You get some of those more recent former alumni, and in recent years, of course, we've had some of the national championship team members that have come back and still played. We'll see if some of them still want to lace it up here and go against the current Bulldogs. But it's always a lot of fun to get all the alumni back, and they take so much pride in this program and where this program has come and how this program has continued to grow with the great coaching lineage that we have, and to see what Coach Brockham is continuing to do with this program.
Let's take a look at the GLIAC scoreboard and run down the matchups today in the GLIAC at halftime. Somewhat surprising score as well down in Detroit, where Wayne State leads Michigan Tech 10-7. So a good start today for the Warriors under head coach Tyrone Wheatley. 6:12 to go in the opening quarter. Northern Michigan leads Davenport 3-0. That one very early in Caledonia. And Grand Valley State tonight, a non-conference contest against Kentucky State. 7 o'clock down in Allendale. That's a look at the GLIAC matchups. Michigan Tech going on the road against Wayne State. You thought the Huskies were the odds-on favorite, but right now Wayne State playing some good football against Michigan Tech.
Yeah, it looks like Wayne State's playing them tough here, and obviously still early, but Warriors right now showing a little fight there against Michigan Tech.
Let's go to the D2Football.com top 25 scoreboard from around the country. In the fourth quarter, Limestone right now upsetting Lenore Ryan, the number 13 team, 28-21. That one not over yet by any means. First quarter action, Virginia Union, no score against Elizabeth City. The Bulldogs again a 21-14 lead here at halftime. Shepherd, number 22 in the nation, leading Lockhaven in the first quarter 9-3. Benedict and Miles just getting underway. Central Missouri and Nebraska Kearney also in the first quarter still scoreless in that ball game. We mentioned Northern Michigan leading Davenport 3-0. Slippery Rock and Mercyhurst no score to report. Slippery Rock number 10 in the country. Western Colorado the number 16 team, no score against South Dakota Mines. Truman State number 20 will take on Quincy. It's Delta State number 6 at Valdosta State number 25. Minnesota Duluth, the number 21 team in the nation, visiting Wayne State of Nebraska. Colorado Mesa playing host to second-ranked Colorado Mines. Ouachita Baptist number 8 will visit East Central in Oklahoma. It's Minnesota State, the number 5 team, hosting Minnesota State Moorhead in a Minnesota matchup. Pittsburgh State, number 3 in the country, hosting Emporia State, number 17, a big matchup in the MIAA. Missouri Western, number 24, visiting Washburn. It's Northwestern Oklahoma hosting 9th-ranked Harding. West Florida, number 7, will play host to Shorter later on today. Grand Valley, we mentioned number 4 in the nation, hosting Kentucky State and Indianapolis tonight. Number 14 will play host to William Jewell. Look at the matchups going on around the country. Obviously, big games. Pittsburgh State hosting Emporia State, and Delta State heading to Valdosta State, a couple of games of national significance.
Yeah, absolutely. Valdosta State has been able to kind of bounce back a little bit as they had struggled, obviously, last year, coming off of a national championship appearance, and this year they seem to be playing better football, so that could be a big matchup as well. And that's a big matchup in the MIAA with Emporia and Pitt State, and so it's going to be interesting to see what how that shakes out. I think Pittsburgh State has almost unanimously been probably that number 3 team in the nation, with Colorado School of Mines number 2, Ferris State number 1. Of course, Ferris State in a big battle here today, but that's going to be a big matchup there with Pitt State and Emporia State.
We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Back with the keys to the second half as we're about 11 minutes away from the start of the second half right here on the Voice of the Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3. coverage of Ferris State football. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you here from Top Taggart Field, where the Bulldogs lead it 21-14. Here at halftime, some of the specialists coming back out here for the Bulldogs. And Sandy, some keys here in the second half for Ferris State to hopefully pull out this win here over the Cardinals.
Well, obviously, holding the running game down is going to be really important. Saginaw Valley with 130 yards rushing. That does not happen very often against this Bulldog team for a game, sometimes, let alone a half. And so Bulldogs need to get that under control. Michael Hurl, the quarterback, he had 62 yards rushing, and then Terrence Brown had 48 yards rushing. And, of course, he had a touchdown rushing and a touchdown receiving. And so Bulldogs got to do a better job of not only getting some pressure in terms of getting off the blocks of the offensive linemen, but they're going to have to do a better job of getting off the blocks on the perimeter. So that means the cornerbacks, the nickelback, and the safeties are going to have to do a better job of getting off those blocks on the edge. That's allowed them to get some extra yards rushing the football. So that's going to be certainly a key. And I think offensively, the Bulldogs got to get back to stretching that field offensively. That's where they've really had their success. All 3 touchdowns have been plays stretching the field, 2 to Wade and then 1 to Hunt Thompson. And so the Bulldogs need to get back to that, putting the pressure on that Saginaw Valley defensive secondary. If they can do that, then that maybe loosens up the interior rush defense and gives the Bulldogs an opportunity to run the ball even better.
Ferris State head coach Tony Anise and the Bulldogs, maybe an extended discussion back there in the locker room right now. And obviously, the last couple of years we mentioned it, Saginaw Valley State has came in and played the Bulldogs closer than anyone. 2 games they feel like they should have won, and you certainly don't want to give them that belief going into the fourth quarter of this ball game.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs did a good job. That was a big body blow at the end of the first half, and going up 21-14, I think that maybe put a little bit of doubt back in the Cardinals' minds, because they were feeling good. They were excited. Their sideline was energized. Their fan section over there was energized. They were feeling good once they made it 14-7, and then they were able to come back and tie it at 14, and then the Bulldogs came back with the late touchdown throw that maybe took a little bit of wind out of that on an otherwise windy day. So good job there by the Bulldogs late in the first half, and that's what they got to do a little bit more consistently here in the second half.
Big thanks go to all of our partners of Ferris State Athletics, including the Holiday Inn. Thanks to Fox Motors, Meyer, Venlo, Remax, Three Girls Bakery, Northwest Chiropractic, Buffalo Wild Wings, Lake Osceola State Bank, PNC Bank, Nutrition Force LLC, along with Domino's, Corwell Health, and the Bulldog Party Store for their support here of Ferris State Athletics action. We'll take one final 2-minute timeout. Back with the second half after this break right here on Sunny 97.3. Top Taggart Field, live coverage of Ferris State football. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you as we just heard the cannon go off when we came back on. Ferris State coming back out of the inflatable Bulldog head. A chance to warm up here. The Cardinals have been out here for a little bit of time as these two teams get ready for what is a huge second half here for the Bulldogs. We talked about it coming in. You certainly need every win you can get at this stage of the season with where you're at in terms of playoff positioning. Obviously, the first regional rankings coming out here in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's every game, as you mentioned, is critical right now. And so the Bulldogs know, and I'm sure that maybe didn't come out in the locker room quite in that way, but I'm sure that's in the back of the minds of the Bulldog players that, hey, this is huge right now. They've got to find a way to get it done here in the second half.
Ferris State football. For ticket scores, merchandise, video, and more, be sure to log on to FerrisStateBulldogs.com. The rain is held off for the most part. Partly cloudy skies here right now. It's a little chilly down there at Top Taggart Field, a little windy as well, with the wind kind of swirling from the north here in Big Rapids. So Ferris State had the wind in the first quarter. Saginaw Valley State took advantage of the wind in the second quarter. Finally, the Bulldogs kind of got something going against the wind on that final drive of the first half.
Yeah, they did, and it's weird. It was just I don't know if the wind was the factor, but certainly you would look at it and think that maybe it was, because the Bulldogs came out red hot to begin with that wind to their back. And then Saginaw Valley, certainly, they did a good job of turning it around, but then great job there by the Bulldogs to respond late in that first half.
Ferris State, of course, deferred to start the ball game, which means the Bulldog offense will get the football first to start the second half, which is good news here. If the offense could put up some points, you could quickly make this a two-score game again, which is going to make the hill a little bit tougher to climb for Saginaw Valley.
And that's what the Bulldogs want. They want to keep that pressure on the Cardinals right now, as the Cardinals were kind of playing with house money through much of that second quarter before the Bulldogs were able to regain the lead.
Ferris State again at Grand Valley State next Saturday, followed by a trip to Michigan Tech. So back-to-back road games before the Bulldogs return home. Next home matchup on October 28th, the non-conference contest against American International right here at Top Taggart Field. The Bulldogs then at Davenport and wrap up the regular season right back here on the home turf against Wayne State on November the 11th. Saginaw Valley State, so we look at their schedule for the upcoming weeks here. The Cardinals, as we look ahead, will be at St. Xavier non-league action next Saturday. Then they've got home game against Wayne State, followed by a road trip to Davenport, a home game against Northern, and at Michigan Tech to close out the regular season. 6 home games. They've already played 4 home games in University Center.
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of home games, and sometimes the schedule, quirky as it can be, sometimes works in that way. And so now going on the road, right now they're playing pretty well as a road team, and despite what's happened the last few weeks, they look like, I think, closer to the team that people thought they were going to be coming into the season.
Ferris State football live right here on Flow Sports, Sunny 97.3 and the Bulldogs Sports Network. Thanks to Ferris State Television for our coverage here on the video stream today. Of course, we had the Bulldog Tailgate Show on Sunny 97.3 this morning from inside the broadcast booth, followed by the Johnson Automotive pregame show, and we expect to be back in the tailgate lots on October 28th. Could be a little brisk day against American International.
Yeah, I would say you might definitely want to, if you haven't gotten the winter coat or that fall coat out yet, you might want to get that windbreaker out there just in case. But we'd love to see you out there in the tailgate and certainly in the stands here at Top Taggart Field.
So the Bulldogs will get set here as they'll receive with the wind in the south end. Actually going to be working against the wind again here in the third. Deion Small and C.J. Jefferson back inside the 5 here for the #1 team in the country under the direction of head coach Tony Anise, leading it 21-14 as Saginaw Valley State's Ryan Hiker will kick it away from the north end to start this second half of action.
That wind is definitely still gusting here. That is one thing that has not changed from the first half to the second half.
Bulldogs will get the wind in the fourth quarter here if it stays as it remains here at Top Taggart Field. Ball on the tee as Hiker directs his unit here for Saginaw Valley in the white today against Ferris State in the all-black uniforms here for the blackout game. And we are underway here in half number 2. This one's going to be fielded by Deion Small. No, it's going to be a touchback. And the Bulldogs will start here at the 25-yard line as we'll see the Ferris State offense come out. Golker will get the first nod here at quarterback.
Yeah, kicker got that one right up into that wind right there, blowing toward that corner, that southeast corner. And so nice job there taking advantage of the wind here as the Bulldogs will begin 1st and 10 from their own 25.
So Golker at quarterback here. He's got a man next to him here, left side in the offensive backfield. 4 receiver set here as they motion out. Markel King trips to the right, 2 back to the left. Golker on the designed run. Right up the middle here, trying to burst a hole. Breaks a tackle here for the Bulldogs. Gets it out near the 35-yard line. Pick up a 9 here on the opening play of the second half.
Delayed run right there by Carson Golker. Got that 9 yards before they were finally able to stack him up just a little bit and push him back just short of the first down.
Bulldogs go with Golker here, knowing they're working against the wind, maybe trying to get the running game going on here early in the second half of play. Golker back to throw, though, this time as he fakes the give. Now rolls out right side. Looking for Wade over the top. He's got Wade, who comes back and makes the grab in Cardinal territory at the Saginaw Valley State. Should have been the 48 or 49, but they mark him back where he was thrown out at the 50.
Yeah, did not give him forward progress right there. Good job there by Carson Golker. Had a chance to run for the first down, but he had confidence that the X could come back to the football there and get a few extra yards, and safely so.
Bulldogs on the move here at midfield here on the first drive of the second half. Rose in motion. It'll be Golk on the keep here for Ferris State off the right side. Carson carrying a couple tacklers. The pile trying to move him forward, and he picks up 7 here on the first carry here for the Bulldogs across midfield.
This is right now not what Saginaw Valley wants to see. Bulldogs getting a downhill running game going with the wind at their face. This is what the Bulldogs want to do, and I'm sure a point of emphasis for Coach Anise and the staff here at halftime.
So Golker will get the call from the sideline here as the Bulldogs signal into play. They're going to have to move a little bit quicker here. I'm not sure they had the right personnel. They were turning around looking on the sideline, but looks like they'll leave the unit out there. So twins to both sides here for Golker with King to his right, now shifting out here to his left. It'll be Golker right up the gut here for the Bulldogs, and the pile squirts him forward down inside the 35 to the 34 and move the chains here for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs gashing them with the running game right now as Carson with the delayed run, and boy, he got a nice head of steam carrying a tackler right there and diving for a few extra yards.
They'll give him a much-needed breather here as he comes off to the sideline, and Mitchell will come back on. Not so much what he did not do. I think he just needs a breather here as they had ran him pretty hard on the first few plays.
He is trying to catch his breath here a little bit here as Malik. He might continue that running trend.
Mitchell in the gun here as the Bulldogs line up with 2 back to the left side of the formation. Play clock at 7. And Mitchell's going to have to speed it up. The call has not came in yet. They're down to 2 seconds.
They're going to take a timeout.
And they're going to take timeout. Took too long right there for the play call to come in from the sideline.
Early timeout right there. I think the Bulldog coaching staff maybe had the difference of opinion about what direction they wanted to go with that play. I think they liked the matchup that X had on the near sideline, but they end up with the timeout here. And good thing, gather yourself together here and make sure that everybody's on the same page.
It does take a little bit of time when you have a change of quarterback. Might have kind of mistimed how much time they had remaining as you had to run a new quarterback out there to start with. And the Bulldogs talking it over here, and hopefully the most important thing here is to keep this drive going here on the first drive of the second half.
Exactly. You want to finish this drive right now. You've made some good progress right here and a chance to really take it to them here and chew up a lot of time off this clock, and then hopefully make Saginaw Valley have to climb the mountain going against the wind.
12:39 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Ferris State with a 21-14 lead here over the Cardinals. Upset-minded Saginaw Valley State today as the Cardinals perhaps showing run blitz here against the Bulldogs. They've got 5 or 6 guys right there in the box. Rose will come in motion. Bulldogs will give it off to Markel King. He's got some space here on the near side. Down inside the 25, turns outside and gets it inside the 20, and a flag thrown here. Late extra push here on the sideline, and that's going to give Ferris State some more yardage to work with, I believe.
Yeah, not good by Saginaw Valley as King was certainly giving up on that play right there, going out of bounds. Taking a look at the replay here on Ferris State TV, and he is clearly on the white with a late push into the red.
So personal foul called against Saginaw Valley will move this football down here inside the 10-yard line. So it'll be first and goal for the Bulldogs here with 12:32 to play in the third, opening drive of the second half, and trying to extend a 21-14 lead.
And the incredible Gulk going to come back into the game right now as the Bulldogs in the red zone, and this is usually Gulker time right now.
So Carson will get the call from the sidelines here. He's got King in the backfield with him. Jefferson split out wide to the right. Bulldogs have Wade in tight along with Rose on the right side. They've got Hunt Thompson back to the left. But all signs point to probably Golker keeping it here for the Bulldogs. They'll send Hunt Thompson in motion. They'll give it off to Tyrese, though. Tyrese trying to get a block on the edge, and he's wrestled down back around the 14-yard line. So they try to run to the sideline, and Saginaw Valley did a nice job of stretching that one.
Yeah, I think they tried to fool the Cardinals a little bit with the outside run, but good job by the Cardinals getting off blocks there and making the tackle on Tyrese.
So it'll be second and goal now from back at the 14 here for Ferris State, as Golker will stand in the pocket here for the Bulldogs with King to his left. Twins to both sides here for Ferris State as Jefferson comes in motion. It'll be Golker up the middle here, up the left side, finds a hole, gets it down inside the 5 as he got that yardage back and then some to about the 4.
Yeah, you could hear almost hear the Saginaw Valley sideline scream and run as Golker busted it up in there and got that lost yardage back and then some. Is Malik Mitchell going to check back in?
Nice patient run from Golker off the left side. Samir Knighton will check in as well here in the offensive backfield for the Bulldogs. So Mitchell and Knighton will come on here as Hunt Thompson and Rose will line up out wide to the right. Jefferson back to the left here with Wade in tight here.
3rd and 4.
So Ferris State from inside the 5, trying to get it into the end zone. Jefferson in motion. Bulldogs with 5 on the play clock. Take the snap. Mitchell rolls out near side, unloads the pass toward the goal line and broke it up. He was trying to find Jefferson. Good coverage here on the near side by Saginaw Valley.
Bulldogs will go ahead and try to take the points here with the field goal here, the short field goal against the wind.
So the Bulldogs drive almost the length of the field, but not able to put it in the end zone. Middleton will come on for what will be a short field goal try here into the wind for Ferris State, and what will be about a 21-yard try here for Ferris State to try to make this a 10-point ball game.
And that wind is gusting right there at an angle here, so let's see if Mitch can make the adjustment.
So Middleton waits here as Brady Rose will look at him. Rose looks back to the long snapper, T.J. Railing. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on the way, has the distance. It's up and good, and the Bulldogs take a 24-14 lead here in the first drive of the second half with 10:51 remaining.
Yeah, nice job there by the Bulldogs to get some points there, but Saginaw Valley may be able to take a little bit of a breath right there because touchdown there would have been devastating for the Cardinals, but still, 2-possession game here for the Bulldogs.
Ferris State football again and Bulldog hockey in action here in Big Rapids today. Blackout day here in Big Rapids. Fans encouraged to wear black tonight for Bulldog hockey as well. Inside the Ava Glaven Ice Arena, you can get your tickets online now at ferrisstatebulldogs.com/tickets. The Bulldogs not only opening the season, but unveiling the new video boards inside the Ava Glaven Ice Arena tonight, along with some other features for the fan experience. Should be a fun night for Bulldog hockey as they take on the Red Hawks.
Yeah, I'm excited. Took a peek in there yesterday when I was in the sports complex, and those boards are going to be really cool, going to really add to the atmosphere.
Ferris State kicking away here as the Bulldogs put the ball on the tee here at the 35. And the kickoff unit out there here for Ferris State to try to make the stop in coverage here for the Bulldogs.
See what the approach is on this kickoff, kicking into the wind. Let's see if the Bulldogs try to kick it deep, maybe keep it low, or if they try to kick it more toward the sideline.
Middleton will kick this one over to the far side. It circles up in the air and going to be fielded here. Fair catch called for here at the 29 for Saginaw Valley, and some extracurricular activity as some contact was made, but no flags, and that's where the Cardinal offense will come out and start.
Yeah, he kicked that ball up into the wind, and so Saginaw Valley called for the fair catch, and that wind is kind of moving the ball forward there a little bit, so a little bit of a collision right there, but nothing too major.
So Ferris State defensively will come out, and we'll see if they can slow down O'Horo, who had a solid first half here for Saginaw Valley State, along with Brown in the offensive backfield. Twins left here as they fake the give to Brown. They come back on the pass to the near side. And fortunately, the Bulldogs make the tackle here in the open field as Smith makes the tackle here, but a nice catch for 9 yards here for Saginaw Valley to Eric Kraft, the wideout.
Good quick pass right there, Saginaw Valley. Again, trying to neutralize that Bulldog pass rush. Good tackle, good solid tackle.
Off the right side hash here, O'Horo will give it off to Brown up the middle, and he's going to have the first down here on the short pickup to the 39. So the Cardinals move the chains here on their first drive of half number 2.
Yeah, good job there by the Cardinals. They've been able to have some success with that short running game when they need to get that 1 or 2 yards to keep a drive going.
Bulldogs have Justin Payout and Caleb Smith at the back end of this Ferris State defense as the Cardinals send a man in motion. O'Horo looking at the back end of that Ferris State defense over the top for Hinton, and he hauls it in.
Great catch.
Able to sneak inside.
Wow.
Sean Stevens down inside the 30.
Boy, it looked like he initially got that with one hand. I thought maybe Sean was going to be able to knock that ball away, but he did a terrific job of hauling that one in.
So the Cardinals pick up the first down in Bulldog territory. Down officially to the 28 here on the spot as O'Horo back to the hurry-up set. Off the right side, breaks first tackle and spun forward by Jason Williams down near the 21-yard line.
So good drive here now going by Saginaw Valley as now they've, after a big pass play to stretch that defense a little bit, come back with the running play with O'Horo.
This is a team that's kind of been a thorn in the Bulldogs' side for some time. A lot of close matchups over the years between Ferris State and Saginaw Valley.
Yeah, it's amazing. No matter the records and the success, Saginaw Valley has just played the Bulldogs tough.
Terrence Brown will line up right side here of O'Horo as he sends a man in motion. And they're going to give it off on the sweep here to the near side, to the sideline. Forced out of bounds by Jalen Jones here for the Bulldogs. Wearing the 42 jersey, so
it's going to be good enough for another first down.
Folks on the carry here for Saginaw Valley as they get it to about the 16-yard line. So first down and 10 coming up here with 8:50 to play in the third quarter. So the Cardinals coming on with some new personnel here as O'Horo looks over to head coach Ryan Brady on the Cardinals sideline.
Cardinals cannot leave this possession empty. They've got to come away with some points.
They've got twins right with one man to the left. A man left side here of O'Horo in the offensive backfield as they shift the tight end to the left side. O'Horo back to throw here. Pressure coming for the Bulldogs. They try to set up the screen, and somehow they got the pass through. Good for only about 2 or 3 yards here as the catch is made by Tyler Amos. Oladipo upset at the end of the play.
Yeah, he had an offensive lineman that kind of rolled over on him and kind of kept rolling over on him a little bit and didn't really care for that, drove him down. Seen flags for less than that, but the officials hold the flags and just split everybody up.
So this will set up second down and call it about 8 yards to go here from the 15-yard line here for SVSU. Twins left side, O'Horo looking right. No, he's going to run and trying to flush the pocket. The Bulldogs able to wrap him up, but a good hard run before Jason Williams could bring him down.
That's going to put them third down now.
So third down here at about the 12. It'll be third and about 5 here for the Cardinals. Bulldogs would at least love to hold them to a field goal attempt here in the third quarter.
Yeah, this will be an interesting decision for Brady, but right now he's just thinking about conversion right here on third down. But if they do not get it, you'd think he would go for the field goal.
Bulldogs trying to get the crowd into it here at Top Taggart Field as they work off the left side hash. O'Horo unloads it to Brown again, and the Bulldogs able to bring him down. Justin Payout comes up, similar to the touchdown they had earlier, and the Bulldogs able to make the play in the open field.
Yeah, better job against the screen that time as Bulldogs did a good job of jumping up and getting a hand up, making them throw that screen a little bit higher, and then Payout doing a good job of getting over there as the Cardinals are going to line up for a field goal with the wind at their backs.
Ryan Hiker, the junior, an experienced kicker, will come on here to try to make this 30-yard field goal to draw the Cardinals back within a score here against the Bulldogs. 6:40 to play here in the third as O'Horo will hold here for Saginaw Valley State. Hold is down, kick is on the way, has the distance, and it's up and good. Just snuck past the left upright according to the officials, and it's 24-17.
So big points there by Saginaw Valley. They matched the Bulldogs field goal with one of their own as they finished that drive, and right back where we were in terms of the point spread here as the Cardinals get a much-needed score.
So they answer Ferris State as they come down and put 3 points on the board to make it 24-17. 6:33 to go here in this third quarter of action. So the Cardinals not going to go away, did not expect them to go away quietly.
No.
And they had a much-needed drive right there. So we'll see if Ferris State can do the same here as the Bulldogs had a good drive to start the second half.
Yeah, Bulldogs right now want to see if they can keep that going. I think Bulldogs' offensive line did a better job of asserting itself on that drive, and let's see if they can continue to do that to get that running game going the way they had it on at least the first drive here of the second half.
Reminder, fans, get your ticket for the Building Champions raffle to support the Ferris State Student Athlete Nutrition and Hydration Center here at Ferris State University. Thousands of dollars worth of prizes. The drawing will take place on February 10th. You can get your tickets at all home athletic events this year or call 231-591-2861. Just $100 for a raffle ticket, chance to win all kinds of prizes, and great investment supporting the Ferris State student athletes.
Absolutely. Great to see that investment, people believing in and supporting Ferris athletics. The student athletes here is, strangely enough, it's the first time the wind is blowing the ball off the tee.
So the Bulldogs await here on the return as the ball is going to be teed up again by Hiker. Bulldogs have Jefferson and Small at the goal line here at the south end of Top Taggart Field with a 24-17 lead, 6:33 to play here in this third period. Ferris State football action live today here at Top Taggart Field as the Bulldogs get set here for the return. Hiker will put the ball in the air. That one kind of slipped off the tee, I think, as he went to kick it. We'll see if they have to go with the holder here. The kick did end up in Bulldog territory, but they're going to let Saginaw Valley kind of re-tee it up.
Yeah, looks like they will probably have to put a holder down there this time, though.
Not sure it fell all the way off the tee, but might be one of the first times I've seen it where they bring the football back after it had been kicked. He did get a piece of it, although it was kind of falling off the tee as he went to kick it.
So it looks like they're going to tee it up yet again, and they'll have to get a holder this time.
So it looks like they will hold, and the Bulldogs hopefully will get a chance here at the return. Kicking with the wind behind the back is Hiker here for Saginaw Valley State. They're wearing the all-white today here with the navy blue helmets, the red numerals here against the Bulldogs in the sharp black uniforms with the red numerals and the gold trim.
A lot of times when you see a kickoff with a holder, it's either like an extreme, usually either really low or really high and short. So we'll see how that goes.
Here comes the kick. Is this one going to be...
Or it's kicked real deep into the end zone.
That one's going to be kicked through the end zone, so no chance at a return. Saginaw Valley State, 9 plays, 58 yards. Took 4 minutes and 18 seconds. They get the 30-yard field goal from Hiker to make this a 24-17 contest here against the Bulldogs.
Great job here by Saginaw Valley to get a nice boot there off of the teed-up kickoff there. And, well, he bombed that one, and, of course, obviously helped by the wind in his favor.
So here will come the Bulldog offense as Ferris State will start with Golker at quarterback here again on this series. Golker did the bulk of the work on the last offensive series before Mitchell came on for the Bulldogs. Here comes Amari O'Brien in motion. It'll be Golker right up the middle here, and he's able to fight forward here to the 30. Picked up 4 or 5 yards here on the carry. Nice patient run, just kind of waits for his blocks to develop, and found a hole enough to get 4 yards here on the pickup.
Yeah, but the Bulldogs are blowing Saginaw Valley off the ball right now, too. The offensive line is doing a really good job.
So Ferris State trying to keep those chains going here as the Bulldogs love to extend this lead again here on this offensive series. Golker has man all the way out to the wide side here in Jefferson. One man back here in Hunt Thompson who moves in motion. They'll fake the give to Tyrese. It's Golker off the right side. He's got the first down for Ferris State out to the 36.
Yeah, Bulldog offensive linemen are also not only are they getting a surge and blowing guys off the line of scrimmage, but doing a good job right there. Double team, seal block inside. Great job there by Carson Golker, just running and pushing hard ahead for the first down.
Jarvis Wyndham back on at center here for Ferris State as he points to the first down direction here for the Bulldogs. 5:30 to play in the third as Golker walks up, checks with his line here as now he'll back away here in the offensive set. Here comes Jefferson in motion. It'll be Golker again right up the middle here for the Bulldogs. Spinning forward and to the 41. Picked up about 5 yards again here as the Bulldogs, you'll take that 5 yards a crack every time off the ball.
There's no question about it. I mean, you're getting good movement up front, getting a good push, and you're really doing a better job of moving those Saginaw Valley defensive linemen.
So the Bulldogs will come back on with Xavier Wade as he checks in. Going to line up in tight. Jefferson out wide. Ferris State has Hunt Thompson over to the far side as they work off the right side, closer to the right side hash here in the center of the field. 6 on the play clock now as Golker walks up to the line. He's going to have to hurry it up here for the Bulldogs. Play clock at 2 here as Golker take the snap. Had just enough time, gives it off to Hunt Thompson. Trying to turn up field, not able to do so, and no gain here. The Bulldogs might have lost a yard here on the give to Hunt Thompson.
I think they definitely lost at least 1 yard right there as that down marker moving back to the 40. So going to be 3rd and About 6 right now.
So it looks like Golker will stay out there here on 3rd and long for Ferris State. So Bulldogs need to get it out to about the 46-yard line here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Samir Knighton will line up in the slot here to the left. Empty backfield here for Golker. Golker, again, design run here up the middle, trying to fight forward for the first down. And his forward progress is going to be very close.
So close. They're calling the first down.
They're calling the first down.
The lineman said first down. Saginaw Valley cannot be happy about that.
Ryan Brady looking at the line over there on the far sideline.
Wow.
I thought the officials came in a little bit short.
I thought they did too.
Down.
I thought they did too. It's actually marked short of where it was too. So, I mean, to me, it looked like it was at the 46, and the ball is marked just short of the 46.
Good work by Golker as he picks up the first down here for the Bulldogs. Mitchell will come back out here at quarterback. 3:27 to play in the third as Jefferson comes back to the short side of the field. Bulldogs going to run the double reverse. Here comes Hunt Thompson this time. Trying to turn upfield. No. Trying to stretch it and a nice play made again. They're trying to get Tyrese going here in the running game, but the Cardinals have done a good job extending those plays over to the sideline.
Yeah, they are sniffing that out right there. They are doing a really good job of getting off blocks right there as Knighton just couldn't quite get that block on his man.
Tackle made by Brendan Rawls. Again, we've called his name a few times here today for SVSU. So call it a loss of 2. Back to the 44 here for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 12 coming up here for Mitchell. Bulldogs in the gun. Off the right side hash. 4 receiver set. Here is now Markel King will motion out. 5 receivers in the formation. Back to throw is Mitchell. Looking downfield. He's got Jefferson on the sliding grab. Down to the 37-yard line.
Boy, great adjustment there to get that grab, because that one, not sure what happened there, but Malik threw that one a little bit low, but great job there by CJ to make the adjustment.
Bulldogs back in Cardinal territory here on the first down pickup as they have it. First down and 10 from the 37. Cardinals run a man off here late. Coming in motion is Jefferson as the Bulldogs now going to check here at the line. 15 on the play clock here as Malik will look back over to the Ferris State staff here on the sideline. Now the Bulldogs will move back into formation here with 7. Mitchell awaits here on the snap, takes the snap, unloads it quickly to Jefferson in the slot. Here on the near side, trying to turn upfield and gets it down to about the 27, maybe the 28. Picked up 9 or 10 yards here on the reception.
Yeah, a little screen to the outside right there, trying to get blockers there for a caravan to go downfield. And good job blocking on the edge right there as you can see CJ doing a good job of following his blocks.
Off the left side hash, the Bulldogs will send Jefferson and Wade out to the right. Mitchell looking right. He's looking over the top for the X-Man, and he hauls it in! Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Unbelievable adjustment there by X as he goes up and grabs it right there. And you see X one-on-one down there in the end zone, and that's advantage Bulldogs.
Xavier Wade, his 3rd touchdown catch of the day and his 6th in the last 2 weeks, as he adds to his totals here to make it a 30-17 ball game. Big answer for the Bulldog offense.
Boy, Bulldogs get a win here today, and X is making a strong case for GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week. 2nd straight week the Bulldogs will have had it.
He had a case last week, went to Trinidad Chambliss, but making his own case here today again. Middleton on for the point after attempt here for Ferris State. Off the hold from Rose. Hold down kick is on the way, has the distance, it's up and good. Make it 31-17 here, and a little more breathing room here with 1:24 to go in the third.
Yeah, more importantly, you put a little extra pressure on Saginaw Valley right now. Now the Cardinals are looking at a 2-touchdown deficit again, which they faced when the Bulldogs were up 14-0. So now if the defense, you're in a situation right now, 1:24 left in the quarter. The Cardinals have the wind to their back right now. If the Bulldogs can keep them out of the end zone here, make it a little bit tougher going into the wind in the 4th quarter, I like the Bulldogs' chances right now. But let's see if the defense can step up.
Ferris State to kick it off here toward the end of this 3rd period of action. Bulldog football on Sunny 97.3 and online at FerrisStateBulldogs.com. Also live coverage on Flow Sports. Thanks goes out to Domino's, along with Corwell Health, the Bulldog Party Store, and RE/MAX for their support of Ferris State Athletics. Next home game, October 28th here for the Bulldogs in Big Rapids against American International. You can get your tickets now at FerrisStateBulldogs.com/tickets. That'll be a 1 o'clock kickoff again here for Area Youth Appreciation Day in Big Rapids. Senior Day to follow on November the 11th as Middleton will kick it off here from the south to the north here at Top Taggart Field. And This one here caught up in the wind, and a fair catch called for back about the 13-yard line. So the Cardinals will take the field position here, and they'll come out here offensively in need of another score to keep pace with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was maybe a decent opportunity for a return there, but opting for less physical contact and the sure yardage, he decides to call for the fair catch.
So Saginaw Valley with O'Horo at quarterback still. We'll check on here for SVSU as they'll start with the football at the 25 off the left side hash. As we are just past the 3 o'clock hour, you're in tune to Bulldog football here on the voice of the Bulldogs, Sunny 97.3. As Saginaw Valley State will line up left side hash. 4 receivers in the formation for O'Horo as he motions a man out. Back to throw here on the short pass across the middle and able to hook up with his tight end here for a first down. Nice catch made by the Cardinals by Mitchell DeBrincat, I believe, the tight end here on the catch.
Yeah, I haven't gone to the tight end very much so far. Maybe that might even be the first target to the tight end.
So first down pickup here, gets it out to the 36-yard line. Trips right here for SVSU. A man to the left here for O'Horo, who has had a solid afternoon here at quarterback, leading this Cardinal offense. Terrence Brown in motion, and we got a timeout called here by Saginaw Valley. So the Cardinals want to talk it over here with 48 seconds to go in the third. Keep it right here with the third quarter coming up to a close very shortly. Bulldog volleyball again tonight, 5 o'clock against Saginaw Valley State. Less than 2 hours away from Ferris State volleyball as the Bulldogs play host to the Cardinals inside Bulldog Arena. Had a great crowd last night, and best of luck to head coach Tia Brando Wilhelm and the Bulldogs in that contest.
3-7-9.
So looking forward to seeing what's going to go on there. Bulldog volleyball looking to keep that momentum going. Great performance last night against the Davenport Panthers.
Ferris State soccer again back at home on Friday as the Bulldogs will play host to Purdue Northwest. That contest gets underway at 1 o'clock. It'll be Parkside in town 1 week from tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So a 5-match homestand continues for head coach Greg Hinson and Bulldog soccer. So some action on the road next week. Ferris State football, of course, at Grand Valley State next Saturday. Bulldog hockey will be at Western Michigan on Thursday night. Back at home, though, to face the Broncos on Friday night. So 3 of the first 4 games at home for Ferris State hockey.
Yeah, it's going to be another big series coming up against the Broncos. Battle of US 131 between those two teams.
O'Horo will send the tight end in motion back to the left side as we return to action. They fake the give to Brown. Catch made back to the near
Good
side.
Tackle.
Leno Smith on the tackle, but not before a 8-yard pickup here on the catch from the outside from Eric Kraft, who made the grab.
So Cardinals starting to get that passing game going, trying to stretch the width of the field here a little bit to keep that Bulldog defense moving.
Twins right here with a man to the left here for the Cardinals as they give it off to Brown up the middle. He's got the first down yardage here as the pile now moving him backwards, but he's got the first down here to the 48-yard line. As the time is ticking here in the third, the Bulldogs, of course, will have the wind to their advantage here in the fourth quarter of play.
See if the Cardinals going to try to get another play here with the wind at their back here. Doesn't look like they have a sense of urgency here.
O'Horo in no hurry here, and it looks like that'll do it for the third quarter. Ferris State heads to the fourth with a 31-17 lead here over Saginaw Valley in the GLIAC. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Back with the fourth quarter after this break right here on Sunny 97.3 Flow Sports and the Bulldog Sports Network. Everyone to Ferris State football coverage right here on Sunny 97.3 and the Bulldog Sports Network. Rob Bentley and Ceddy Golston with you, where the Bulldogs have a 31-17 lead as we start the fourth quarter. Saginaw Valley State first down and 10 here at the Cardinal 48-yard line as they approach midfield, but working against the wind here in quarter number 4. O'Horo back to throw. Oladipo coming from the outside, and he got to him. Sack for Oladipo as he finally got to the quarterback here today.
Great work there by LeRae. It's a little bit hungry right there as he finally turned the corner. They tried to push him away, tried to bring help, but not enough to stop big number 8 with that head of steam.
Ferris State 427 yards of total offense, 253 for Saginaw Valley through 3 quarters of action, and that's the first sack here today, I believe, for the Bulldog defense. So Sio Sapaio will check out. Shaderick Bradford will come on here on the defensive line here for the Bulldogs. Off the right side hash, 2nd and 18 here after the loss of 8. O'Horo kind of slipped, but it takes off on the ground, has some room to run. The Bulldogs finally trip him up. He got those 8 yards back, but it'll be 3rd and long coming up here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's big, though. It gives them a much better puncher's chance right now of getting this first down here by him getting a lot of that yardage back and getting them back to the original line of scrimmage.
So Ferris State defensively looking to get off the field here, or at least force Saginaw Valley State to think about it here on 4th down with 13:50 to go in the ball game. Trips right here for the Cardinals as they fake the give to Brown. Back to throw, O'Horo. The pocket collapses. They just miss him on the sack. He unloads the throw downfield, and Hinton coming back to the football.
Well out of bounds.
Well out of bounds as he made the grab, I think, on the sideline. We have a flag in the backfield. This in the vicinity of holding, perhaps, although O'Horo might have taken a shot as he got rid of the football.
No, they're calling it against Saginaw Valley. But the question is, if you're the Bulldogs, do you take that incompletion? And I think you do.
O'Horo, very elusive guy. The Bulldogs have just missed him several times here today. As they'll take the incompletion. It looks like that will be declined. So now Saginaw Valley State's going to put the football away. Trailing 31-17 as the Bulldogs will come out with the special teams unit, and got to be careful of any fakes right here if you're Ferris State.
Yeah, if you're Saginaw Valley right now, it's 13:39 to go, and that's a lot of time and not a lot of time. So you're right, Rob. Bulldogs got to be alert of a potential fake.
Deion Small back in his own 20 here for the Bulldogs. 2-punter set here for the Cardinals as the Bulldogs shift with some rush back to the left side, and they just get it away.
Not very good, though.
No, it's not very good. It's going to take a Bulldog bounce as well and roll out a play at the Ferris State 42 or so, I believe. We're waiting for the linesman to make the spot. But the Bulldogs got a great roll out of it as well. They're going to give him all the way to the 44.
I think they got a good spot out of it, too. I thought it was a little closer to the 40, but it's hard to see sometimes on the sideline with the players from our vantage point. But, yeah, it was not a good punt to begin with and took an even worse bounce. So great field position to start here for the Bulldogs, and points here are devastating to Saginaw Valley.
Here comes Golker. You know what the Bulldogs probably are going to do here on this series. A lot of Carson Golker perhaps here as he checks on a quarterback. He's got Markel King to his right. See what Saginaw Valley State tries to do here in terms of stopping the run. It'll be Golker off the left side. Big hole here. He plunges into Cardinal territory and down to the 49. Pickup here of 7 on the first down carry.
Well, the offensive line doing such a great job. We're looking at the replay on Ferris TV, and great push up front by Saginaw against that Saginaw Valley defense.
Cam Underwood is checked in here as the outside receiver. Xavier Wade out of the ball game right now here for the Bulldogs, standing on the sideline. Maybe giving him a breather here as the Bulldogs go to the running game here with trips to the right side of the formation. Brady Rose in motion. Golker will give it off this time. Markel King, first down pickup here to the 45 of Saginaw Valley State. So the Bulldogs have moved the chains, keep that clock running here with 12:48 to go.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Bulldogs want right now is a good punishing drive. Good run there by King. That last little sidestep right there got him the first down.
Ferris State over the football already here as the Bulldogs looking to keep this momentum going here in terms of the running game. They'll send Hunt Thompson and Jefferson to the left. Brady Rose in the slot to the left. Man back to the right here in Cam Underwood. Golker will walk up to the line. Now he'll check back here with 10 on the play clock here for the Bulldogs. Taking as much time as they can right here. Play clock down inside of 5 seconds to go. It'll be Golker looking to throw. And just missed on the crossing route across the middle. Is trying to find Hunt Thompson, I believe.
Yeah, I think Coach Anise not happy right there. I think they had Cam Underwood maybe on the near side, and he tried to get one over the middle.
So this will set up 2nd and 10. So the Bulldogs had been moving the football on the ground, went to the air, not able to hook up right there. So we'll see if they go back to the running game here on 2nd and long. Golker will line up here in the pistol set here for the Bulldogs as Wyndham will stand over the football here for Ferris State on that offensive line right in the center. King will motion out. Empty backfield here for the Bulldogs. Cardinals with 5 men in the box. They come on the rush. Golker rolls out right side. Looking to throw downfield and throws that one away. Good heads-up play just to get rid of it here.
Late flag on the opposite side of the field.
So we'll wait and see what that flag is about. Well away from the play. Looks
my goodness.
Holding against the Bulldogs again.
Wow. That's the official on the way on the other side of the play, calling a hold right there. If you're Saginaw Valley, though, do you want to keep the Bulldogs an extra down here to keep running the football?
We mentioned with head coach Tony Anise during his media session this week the penalties, and he talked about it. A little more attention paid to the teams maybe that are having more success and at the top of the rankings. Certainly the Bulldogs play a more aggressive style as well, which leads naturally to a few more penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. Aggressive play. So Bulldogs had two calls against them, and looks like they are going to take holding. They had an illegal man downfield and holding. So I don't know. I guess that one official saw both at the same time.
Call it second down here for the Bulldogs and 20 yards to go from back at the Ferris State 45. Here is this drive had been moving into Cardinal territory, but the Bulldogs now facing second and long. Golker will send Rose in motion. They're going to give it off to Brady. Brady trying to turn the edge, got by Rawls, but not by the second man, and he's going to be stopped inbounds here as he's going to lose another yard or two.
Brady Rose, your ball carrier.
That's the bad news. The good news is that you keep that clock rolling because he was able to stay inbounds.
So third down coming up here for the Bulldogs. We'll see if Mitchell comes back out. No, Golker will stay here for Ferris State. With 11:40 remaining in the ball game, the Bulldogs with a 31-17 lead here over Saginaw Valley State this afternoon, trying to move to 4-1 on the season and set up what would be a big showdown between Grand Valley State and the Anchorbone Classic next week.
Bulldogs not in a big hurry right now, so maybe Coach Anise going to take another timeout.
Looks like the Bulldogs will with 11:20 to go as Coach Anise wants to talk it over. We'll do the same. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on the Bulldog Sports Network and Flow Sports.
Are you ready to advance your career and move to the next level?
The master's program definitely helped me get my job.
A lot of people have a bachelor's degree, but not very many people have a master's degree.
Every day I use something that I learned through the master's program.
The Master of Science in Criminal Justice Administration at Ferris State is a 30-credit program led by faculty with relevant and practical experience. Earn your master's degree in less than a year and from anywhere. Move your career forward. Ferris Forward. Apply today at ferris.edu.
It's not easy being an athlete. At Ferris, we do things others will not. We push boundaries. We get up when we fall, again and again. We put in long hours. We don't quit. We do what it takes. That is why we are champions.
Ferris State football coverage live right here on Sunny 97.3 and the Bulldog Sports Network. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you, where the Bulldogs have a 31-17 lead here with 11:20 to go.
Bulldogs right now trying to get the ship back on track here as some penalties have started to creep up here on the Bulldogs on this particular drive as they try to work that clock down. Bulldogs with a 2-touchdown lead, but Saginaw Valley now starting to show some resistance defensively here. The Bulldogs were kind of gashing them with the running game there for a while to begin the second half, and so let's see if the Bulldogs can get back to that power running game and keep that clock rolling.
Ferris State coming out of this timeout with a 31-17 lead here in the fourth quarter of play as Saginaw Valley State has given the Bulldogs some close games the last couple years. And this Cardinal team that came in today feeling like they could play with the Bulldogs. I heard an interview from Coach Brady. He said the same, where they certainly feel like they can compete at this level with some of the top teams in the country.
They can, and what Saginaw Valley is trying to get to is that consistent high level where they're playing with this kind of energy and this kind of execution every single game, and they are certainly bringing it today against the Bulldogs. And if they can do that every single game, then they're gonna be one of those teams that's going to be at the top of a very difficult, a very tough Super Region 3, and they're going to have be an opportunity to have a team that is and sticks into the national rankings.
Kind of an extended stoppage here as the Bulldogs in this timeout still huddled up. A couple guys we haven't seen today. I did not see Sheldon Cage today, was listed as being dressed today. Did not see him on the field as of yet. We mentioned Eddie Jewett earlier, so Bulldogs still trying to get a few guys back from some injuries. We haven't seen Edrin Lawler, who's on the sideline in some time this season, along with, of course, Jacarvis Alexander, injured earlier in the year.
Yeah, some players, some key players at key positions here that the Bulldogs are playing without, and yet the Bulldogs are still obviously having a good season right now. As you're right, this has been an extended stoppage right now as officials getting a little water right here as that wind continues to gust here across Top Taggart Field, and the Bulldogs right now in a good position, but trying to finish off this drive.
Maybe one of those things where the officials kind of lost track of time and may have not have been keeping it down on the field. As this has been a lengthy stoppage. They are looking, I guess, at the replay tent, though, across the field. So
very good point.
We may have missed that. There is a replay going on over there across the field. So first time today they've went to the replay monitor in the tent over by the Saginaw Valley State sideline.
Yeah, you're right indeed, as the three officials here keeping order on the field are right now locked in on their two colleagues over there under the replay tent, looking at something here. Not quite sure what they're looking at.
Bulldogs do have the football with 3rd and 21 coming up, so not entirely sure. Maybe on the spot. I'm not sure that Saginaw Valley State threw a challenge flag. Did not see it, but who knows as we look down at the surface here at Top Taggart Field.
Whatever they're looking at it's taken a while right there. The officials, the referee down getting a close look at it at table level, and whatever it is, they're looking pretty hard.
Head coach Tony Anise, I don't believe he threw the challenge flag either, so it might just be an official's review. And who knows, typically in the area of maybe a targeting type of review that they would do at this stage of the game, but did not see a penalty called for targeting.
Exactly. So not anybody else's guess is as good as our guess right now. As both teams right now, I would imagine, as the official rises back up to his feet here and emerges from the replay tent.
See if he tries to make an announcement. Last week they tried to do it from that far sideline, and I think they forgot to turn on the mic. So we'll see if he can do it, and we can pick anything up here from down on the field.
He's also a long ways away. See if he makes his way a little bit closer to midfield at least.
Maybe has a little more experience. He is making his way a little closer to midfield. We'll see if he makes any kind of call or not. As it looks like he's pulling something out of his pocket, so maybe he is trying to get on that mic, but maybe not. Looks like he's kind of tucked it back away now.
He veteran official here.
It looks like I think a targeting call was made.
Oh, that was the play against Brady Rose on the sideline, I think, Rob. I think that's what it was. Because Brady Rose took a shot on the sideline.
So it was a targeting call here against Saginaw Valley State, and this will give the Bulldogs the football. And new life here with the football all the way to the Saginaw Valley State 42-yard line. And I believe this
that was a while back, too, so they had to wait to an opportunity to be able to review it.
So this still will be 3rd down coming up here for Ferris State. 3rd and about 7 here, according to the down marker. And an automatic first down. So
that's huge.
That was my question. Is it a first down or not? And it looks like it will be. So they'll move the markers here. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Cardinal 42.
Wow, that is enormous penalty.
11:20 to go in the ball game here, so a big break for the Bulldogs with a 31-17 lead as they try to extend this margin here against Saginaw Valley State. More importantly, trying to keep this clock moving and run some time away here with a 2-touchdown lead.
1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Cardinal 42.
Golker out of the shotgun set with Hunt Thompson to his right. Jefferson out wide to the left. It'll be Tyrese in motion. Carson off the left side. And kind of pulled down from behind. Nice play made here by Saginaw Valley State as the linebacker comes in to make the stop here. Leonard Hendry, the 4th, I believe, making the tackle.
Yeah, good backside there by Henry to make that play. Is again, that delayed run, sometimes if you can get that guy off the backside, they can sometimes haul him down a little bit short. But again, for the Bulldogs, you want to see that clock continue to roll.
2nd and 9 here for the Bulldogs as they need to get it to about the 32-yard line here to move the chains again here in this 4th quarter of play. Golker directing the signals here with trips to the right side for the Bulldogs. King will motion out of the backfield. It'll be Golker again, right up the middle. Cuts back.
Oh, great cutback.
Cuts back to the left, and he's thrown forward and very close. Will they give him the first down or not? We'll have to wait and see.
If they gave it to him on that last one, this one should be automatic.
Looks like they will call it a first down here as Golker moves the chains again here for Ferris State. Nice job of really sticking with the play and reading his blocks.
Yeah, you're right. Reading his blocks, Rob. Very patient run by Carson. A couple cutbacks there, just enough to get the first down.
So first down and 10 here from the 32 as Golker has the offense moving right now here for the Bulldogs. Carson back to throw. Looking downfield for Cam Underwood, and he just missed. Almost hauled it in, had a couple hands on it, one hand at least twice.
Cam was there, just an eyelash overthrown.
So incomplete. Will set up 2nd and 10 here for the Bulldogs. Like the shot downfield though, on 1st and 10 after what they had done in the running game.
Yeah, not a terrible throw, just an eyelash overthrown. Cam was right there, wide open.
Two receivers off to each side of the formation here for Golker. King to his right here in the offensive backfield. As Brady Rose will come back in motion. Golker running left side. Power look left here for the Bulldogs. And got a big block from Markel King, who ran over a man, but Golker kind of tripped up from behind after a short pickup here for the Bulldogs.
A good shoestring tackle right there as Golker was trying to get ahead of steam moving forward here. Bulldogs looking at a 3rd down here. A chance to work this one down almost to the 9-minute mark.
This, with where the ball's at, could be 4-down territory here for Ferris State. Be a very long field goal here for the Bulldogs from this distance. Wait and see what happens here on 3rd down for the Bulldogs. Golker in the gun here up the left side hash. Man in motion to C.J. Jefferson, and they come on the run blitz. Golker breaks the first tackle, breaks the second tackle, fights forward and gets it down near the 26-yard line. So now it's a more manageable 4th down if you go for it.
I think that fight that we saw from Carson there makes this decision a little bit easier to go for it here on 4th.
It would be still a pretty long field goal try here for the Bulldogs of 40-plus yards, so they'll leave the offense out there. They do have the wind behind their back with 8:48 to play, but can also eat some more time here if you keep the offense out there.
One empty.
So it'll be Golker in the gun here for the Bulldogs. Carson to throw, looking right side the whole way, being chased from behind, and he fumbled the football. To the sideline.
Good job right there to push that ball out of bounds.
So it'll be Cardinal football here at about the 35-yard line. So could have been worse there for Ferris State. The Bulldogs will give it over on downs, but they did eat some time here with 8:31 to play.
Yeah, I believe that was Tim Anderson that chased that ball down toward the sideline. Carson never saw the backside pursuit, and a good job pushing that ball out of bounds.
Saginaw Valley State no chance at a scoop and score, and now the Cardinal offense is going to have to start to speed it up here with 8:31 to go, trailing 31-17 here against the #1 team in the nation. Tied in left here as they come with the running game to the right side. It's Terrence Brown to the sideline and out of play. And did not get much as Brendan Schwartz was in the backfield. Not able to make the play, but slowed it up enough for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good job there by the Bulldogs, stringing that one out toward the near sideline and costing Saginaw Valley. Looks like they lost about 2 on that play.
So back to the 34 here. It'll be 2nd down and 12 here for the Cardinals. As the Cardinal offense with O'Horo at quarterback still has Hinton on the outside along with Folks in the slot to the near side and a man to the right. They've relied heavily on the running game here today. O'Horo in the gun, Brown to his right, Folks in motion. O'Horo drops back to throw. Pressure coming from behind. He unloads it on the screen to Folks on the outside. 3 Bulldogs over there, and they make the tackle. Major Detman leading the charge along with Sefa Sapaya out there here for Ferris State.
Good job keeping them in bounds as well to keep that clock rolling as we get ready to go under 8 minutes.
Bulldogs will come on with a fresh defensive line here as Caleb Davis checks on along with Shaderick Bradford on the inside. Bulldogs have Oladipo and Lance here at the outside ends, I believe, here, at least right now with 7:50 to play. Clock moving here with Ferris State in front, 31-17. And some noise being made by the Ferris State fans here as O'Horo drops back to throw. Pocket collapses again. They just miss him, and they got him. Finally, they wrestle him down as the Bulldogs had 3 or 4 players right there. Shaderick Bradford along with Oladipo. Oladipo, I think, forced him inside. Bradford was there, and Sapaya kind of finished him off for the Bulldogs.
Great work right there by the Bulldogs. Put the pressure on. Great stand there by the defense.
So the defense holds. Saginaw Valley State going to have to kick it away with 7:15 to go. Still a 2-touchdown game at 31-17. So the Bulldog defense gets off the field here in the 3 and out.
I'd be in punt safe right now. Be very careful.
Back to punt and almost blocked it. Spinning kick to the right side.
Out of the way.
The Cardinals are saying the Bulldogs touched it. It's going to be marked down here at the 42. They're pointing in their direction, but the officials pointing in Ferris State's direction.
Brady running down the sideline. He's got a challenge flag if he wants to use it.
Ralph Donaldson picked it up and tried to run the other way with it for the Bulldogs.
I tell you what, the officials are pretty confident. They look really confident. So I think maybe it might have been a tough sell job there. Brady not throwing the flag. He's probably waiting for his coaches to say something to him.
Got to be tough to maybe see from the angles here on the replay whether that was touched or not.
I think he turned to one of his players and he said, "Did you for real?" And the officials were pretty confident. Well, now they're thinking about it. And they're looking at Brady.
Do not see the challenge flag.
Ryan hasn't thrown it yet, so I'm not sure. Well, maybe he did throw it. I mean, everybody's heading to the sideline now.
6:58 to go here in this fourth quarter of action, and what's been a crazy afternoon, both in terms of the weather and some of the action on the fields. Ferris State off to a great start with a 14-0 lead. The Cardinals come back, tie it up. The Bulldogs take a 21-14 lead at halftime, and have kind of controlled the second half of play. Haven't given up a whole lot to Saginaw Valley State with the exception of that field goal here early in the second half of play. We do have the challenge flag. That's why we didn't see it. It ended up halfway out on the field.
Yeah.
Here from the Cardinals sideline, back at the 34-yard line. So it was thrown all the way, though, toward the back of the play.
Yeah, that's
weird.
weird.
The coaching staff would have been a little closer, although the line of scrimmage was about somewhere in the vicinity where the flag was thrown.
The referee confirming what Coach Brady wants to review.
And they are going. Saginaw Valley State is challenging the ruling, so it looks like they're trying to say that the Bulldogs touched it first. We'll have to wait and see if they can see it on the replay over the replay tent.
Rob, you called it. That's going to be a tough one to see. I mean, because you're talking about something that could be ever so slight. And from a tough angle, from basically a reverse TV angle.
Kind of across the field from us, and could have the two players actually screen each other off from the ball as well. So I think it was ruled in Ferris State's favor on the field. So hopefully this one remains as stand. If not, the Cardinals would get the football here at the Ferris State 42-yard line.
Yeah, that would end up being essentially a big offensive play. But, you look at it and, it's just going to be hard to see because you're going to have conclusive evidence. Generally speaking, that's the threshold to overturn.
Ferris State expected a battle coming in here against the Cardinals today. They've got one here against Saginaw Valley State after Cardinals had suffered a tough loss to Grand Valley State last week, a game that for at least half or three quarters was a little closer than the final score would indicate. Here today, they've given the Bulldogs some fits at times.
Yeah, they have. They've played tough, especially in that second quarter. They played extremely tough. Their line play was really good. Both line play on the offensive and defensive side of the ball were very, very good. And I think that was a big part of what helped them to get back into the game and make it eventually 14-14 after the Bulldogs got off to that 14-0 start. Now Bulldogs, the theme of 14 continues as the Bulldogs holding a 2-touchdown, 14-point lead.
Of course, Ferris State football starting off a busy day. We got Bulldog volleyball coming your way at 5 o'clock from Bulldog Arena tonight. Ferris State hockey at 7:07 p.m. as the officials made a quick review here of this one, and they're right back on the field, so this one didn't take a whole lot of time. It looks like it was confirmed as called. Kind of tough to hear the official.
So they're going to be charged. Saginaw Valley's going to be charged another timeout. So
Bulldog fans down below us cheering here as the Ferris State offense will come back to the field. So just going to remark about how you get these busy days. This game might maybe moving at a record pace, and now we've had a couple replay reviews.
And all of a sudden.
Here late in this contest, but that one I'll give the officials credit was relatively quick.
It was relatively. The other one, the previous one, was not so quick, but now we're back on a relatively normal pace here in terms of speed of game.
So the Bulldogs will come out. Golker will be at quarterback here for Ferris State. 6:58 to play here in this fourth quarter. Bulldogs with a 31-17 lead here up the left side hash as they try to move this football here and eat this time away here against SVSU. Golker in the gun. He's got a man to his right here in the offensive backfield in King. Is Ferris State going to give it off? No, it's Golker on the keeper, and he's got some real estate here into Cardinal territory and spins forward down to the Cardinal 46-yard line. Move the chains here for Carson Golker.
Great job as Carson continues to run the triple option well. Good job right there as the linebacker came and tried to take the pitch man, and Carson tucks it under, gets a few extra yards.
Golker picks up the first down here, and that'll keep this clock moving with 6:30 to go as Ferris State lines up here from the Cardinal 46. Hunt Thompson lined up right, Wade to the left here for the Bulldogs. Out of the gun is Golker. He almost got the Cardinals to jump off sides. So now he'll take his time here. Play clock down inside of 5 seconds now. Here for Ferris State as he takes the snap. He'll give it off to King this time. He squirts through the hole, spins forward, and he's got another first down here to the 25-yard line.
Bulldogs starting to get it going right now. As this is when it's usually Bulldog football time right here. Saginaw Valley tried a couple times to rip that ball free from King. He was having none of it as the Bulldogs now starting to get that forward push and wearing down maybe this Cardinal defensive front.
Markel King's been a nice addition here in the offensive backfield for the Bulldogs. Similar to what Marcus Taylor maybe did at times last season, at least in terms of the running game.
Good comparison.
Twins to both sides here for Golker as he sends Jefferson back in motion to the wide side. It'll be King left side off the left side tackle. Squirts outside here. Tries to get a block on the outside, and he stays inbounds, able to pick up the first down to the 24.
Yeah, great job there. And, you know, I'm feeling the Marcus Taylor comparison right there. That was very Marcus Taylor-like right there.
So the Bulldogs pick up the first down to the 24, move the chains here with a 31-17 lead. And that will put the clock here before the snap, probably under the 5-minute mark before the Bulldogs snap this football.
Some chance right here, the Bulldogs to just keep milking that clock here.
Golker taking his time, trying to draw the Cardinals here as he still has 10 on the play clock here for Ferris State. Call comes in here from the sidelines with 6. Golker steps back here in the pocket for Ferris State. Down to 2 as he takes the snap. He'll run the option here to the near side. Carson's just going to tuck this one and run. Turns outside, down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 6-yard line. They'll give him to the 5. It'll be first and goal.
A little shaken up right there at the end of that play. Hopefully nothing too major there as he's back up walking and try to walk it off here a little bit.
So we hope Golker's going to be all right here for Ferris State. Is Brett Knight, athletic trainer, there to kind of take a look at him. Nice run right there. Now Trinidad Chambliss will come on. So first time we've seen Chambliss here this afternoon for the Bulldogs.
It's like tweaked an ankle there a little bit. He's walking a little bit better now.
Looks like Golker probably going to be all right here for Ferris State as he walks over to the Ferris State sideline. Chambliss off the left side trying to sneak into the end zone, and he's going to be marked down here at about the 2 with 3:58 to play. Score here would be huge and kind of seal it for the Bulldogs.
I think that just about puts the game on ice here if Bulldogs can punch it in the end zone again as Trinidad Chambliss in the game for the first time, the reigning GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week.
Chambliss in the gun here as the Cardinal is down. And
yeah, boy, oh boy.
Flags are thrown here.
That's a lineman way outside there. Did not see what happened, but he's clutching his lower leg right there.
Did not see what the penalty was for either, if they got the Bulldogs or the Cardinals, as the flags were thrown from the back of the end zone. The medical team out there here for Saginaw Valley State, he was not ever able to make it back to the line of scrimmage. May have been offsides. I'm not sure if that's what the call was or not.
Or if he was trying to get off the field. It was kind of hard to see there as all of a sudden he went down in a heap out there by usually where the receivers are.
Looks like they picked up the flag. So I think they did pick up the flag. So it'll be second and goal coming up here for the Bulldogs, but more importantly for Saginaw Valley State, trying to take and evaluate their injured player. Looks like it's a leg-type injury of some kind, so maybe right. He just could not get back off the field or to the line of scrimmage.
It's like one of their backup defensive linemen. I believe that's number 96, Jacob Spencer.
So it looks like he's up and being helped off the field, but kind of walking on his own, so that's a good sign here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, not walking great, but he is walking a little bit, so that is hopefully a good sign for him.
Bulldogs will come on with Jake Plamondon as the H-back here in the formation. The big defensive lineman will check on here for Ferris State. Braden Childress on as the tight end here to the right side. So power look here for the Bulldogs with Chambliss at quarterback here on 2nd and goal. 3:35 to play. The Bulldogs looking to ice this one here against Saginaw Valley State. Chambliss will empty out the backfield here for Ferris State. Trinidad will take the snap here. It was a tough snap, and he's going to be thrown for a loss here back to the 6-yard line. It never quite made it to him. He did a nice job of picking it up, though, for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, tough break right there. And obviously not the execution that the Bulldogs want. That's the bad news. The good news is they're still running time off the clock right now.
Chambliss will check out here as Mitchell will come back on at quarterback here for Ferris State. Amari O'Brien and Brady Rose will check on. It's 3rd and goal here from the 6 now with 3 minutes to go. Time ticking out here on Saginaw Valley. Bulldogs could use a score right here, though, to try to make this a 3-score ball game.
Got Wade here on the near side.
Mitchell looking to hard count the Cardinals. Takes the snap. Pressure coming across the middle. Touchdown, Bulldogs! As he finds his receiver, Hunt Thompson. After the Cardinals, it came with some heat.
Yeah, a little quick slant right there, and Tyrese Hunt Thompson. Easy pitch and catch right there from Malik Mitchell to Tyrese Hunt Thompson as Tyrese finds the end zone again.
So Malik with the touchdown throw here for Ferris State to make it 37-17 with 2:46 to go. Extra point coming here for the Ferris State Bulldogs. Stay with us after the game for the Preferred Office Machines post-game show from right here inside the Wheeler Pavilion, Top Taggart Field, as we try to hear from head coach Tony Anise and a couple Bulldog players. Rose gets the hold down. Kick is on the way, and it's up and good. Make it 38-17 here as Ferris State leads Saginaw Valley State.
Great job here by the Bulldogs. They have really responded here in the second half, and particularly here in this 4th quarter, Bulldogs have really responded and started to pour it on here a little bit down the stretch.
Ferris State football live today here on Flow Sports, Sunny 97.3 and the Bulldog Sports Network. Thanks to Ferris State Television for all the video coverage here today of the back-to-back national champions, the #1 team in the country, and looking to stay that way here with a win today. And of course, we'll set up what should be a big showdown next Saturday as we can kind of start to look ahead to that matchup with Grand Valley State in the Anchorbone Classic.
Oh yeah, you can start to feel it a little bit right now as the Bulldogs can getting close to the point where you can exhale a little bit and really begin to look ahead to what's going to be a big matchup.
So Ferris State to kick it away first, though, is the Cardinals 38-17 trailing on the scoreboard. Need something to happen in a hurry here if they hope to have a chance to bounce back and win this football game here against the Bulldogs. So Middleton will put the ball on the tee, and it's going to roll off the tee, so the Bulldogs may have to go with the holder, and it looks like Jeremiah Housey is going to try to come hold, but they're not going to let him do it just yet.
They're going to say, well, no, we're going to go by procedure. We're going to give him one more time to try to tee it up here. That wind did really pick up. Well, there it goes again. Are they going to count that one?
So Housey will come over here. Looks like he's going to be the holder here for Ferris State. For Mitch Middleton, he's going to trust Middleton to kick that football and not kick his hand, I guess.
Little trust exercise right there for people who grew up watching the old Charlie Brown cartoon. That's not going to happen. It happens in the Charlie Brown cartoon.
38-17 our score here is the Bulldogs. The sun picking back out here at Top Taggart Field will kick it off from north to south. That's a good kick from Middleton, and it's going to go all the way through the end zone. And a touchback here for the Cardinals as we'll see the Ferris State defense at least one more time here today.
Well, that wind paid off for the Bulldogs right there as they were able to take advantage of that and push that one through the back of the end zone.
We'll have head coach Tony Anise, along with, unless things change before they get back up here to the press box, hoping to have Major Dedman and Xavier Wade up here for our post-game press conference this afternoon at Top Taggart Field.
So looking forward to having an opportunity to chat with those two guys as the Bulldogs right now in line to come away with another victory here if they can finish it off here in the final 2:46.
So the Cardinals give it off on the ground here. They're going to keep it on the ground and a short pickup here out to about the 32-yard line here with 2:38 to play. And O'Horo's going to have to try to speed up this Cardinal offense.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit more of a sense of urgency right now, that clock ticking here, and he's getting the signal from the sideline, and they need to hop to it here a little bit quicker. See if they can get something going here with time starting to run short here, but they're going to keep it on the ground, and with good reason here as they power it ahead for a first down as they'll keep the chains moving here as Saginaw Valley trying to get something positive going here as we come toward the end of this game. Bulldogs right now with a chance to move to 2-0 in GLIAC play, and of course 4-1 overall on the schedule here as the Bulldogs really picked it up in the second half, and you could see it starting to come around for the Bulldogs as the line play certainly picked it up in the third and fourth quarters.
Call it first down and 10 here for the Cardinals. Just 1:40 to play in the contest. They'll set a man in motion here as O'Horo taking his time. And it looks like they're content just to keep it on the ground and run this one out here and prevent any further injuries and kind of look ahead here to next week.
Yeah, Bulldogs rotating some fresh bodies in, getting a lot of new bodies in on the defensive side of the ball.
So the Bulldogs getting some of those younger guys in for the first time here today as we try to pick up some of those numbers here for Ferris State. So the Bulldogs a chance to get some guys some extra playing time here this afternoon in a game like this.
Yeah, and that's certainly something that they love to be able to do here is, again, as you mentioned, the Cardinals just going to run that football right now.
So inside of a minute left to play here this afternoon at Top Taggart Field is the Bulldogs with a 38-17 lead, and the Cardinals going to have to snap it to at least one more time here. Third down coming up here for Saginaw Valley, 3rd and 6 for the Cardinals. I mentioned they're on the road for non-conference action at St. Xavier next week. The Bulldogs off to Grand Valley State in Allendale to face the Lakers next Saturday at 3 o'clock. We'll have pregame coverage for you at 2 o'clock on Sunny 97.3. Looking forward to what should be an outstanding matchup as the Bulldogs came in, battled against Saginaw Valley State today, but did what they had to do in getting a win here in this contest.
Yes, they did, and really great to see the Bulldogs battle back here as big play on the sideline right here.
Mike Edwards with the big hit here for the Bulldogs. Is
you know Mike likes that one right there.
You can't tell him the game's over just yet here as he gets a chance to make a play and does.
He said, I'm from Hollywood, Florida. This is what we keep doing. We play all the way to the end.
And that will do it, though, this afternoon as he ends the game with a big hit. The Bulldogs get the big win, 38-17. Here in GLIAC football action as the cannon goes off at Top Taggart Field. Thanks to the fans who came out, braved the elements here today, ended up with a nice crowd. Some sunny skies at times, and it was all sunny for the Bulldogs, especially here in the second half, as they pull out a 38-17 win to move to 4-1 on the season.
It was all sunny on the scoreboard for most of the game. As give Saginaw Valley credit, they fought, they pushed back, but the Bulldogs just a little bit too much at the end.
Head coaches shaking hands, a lot of respect between Tony Anise and Ryan Brady, of course, former assistant here at Ferris State, who is trying to get this Saginaw Valley State team back in contention, and a team that's only going to get better and better as time wears on under Coach Brady's direction. Ferris State, though, right now on top, both in terms of the conference and in the country, as the Bulldogs look toward Grand Valley State next Saturday for the Anchorbone Showdown.
Oh, yeah, it's all set up now, so you couldn't look ahead before, but you can certainly begin to look ahead now.
Big thanks goes out to Ferris State Television for all the video work here today on Flow Sports, as they'll have Ferris State hockey coverage for you tonight right around 7 o'clock on Flow Sports. We'll have coverage of Bulldog hockey as well at 6:30 on Sunny 97.3 and online at FerrisStateBulldogs.com. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. This will wrap up our coverage on Flow Sports. We'll be back on Sunny 97.3 with the Preferred Office Machines postgame show. Final score, Ferris State wins it 38-17 here at Top Taggart Field on the voice of the Bulldogs.